All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well. We're back with another day of tournaments. Today is going to be a very casual tournament, single faction tournament, where you play only one faction the entire time, and that is it. It's also single elimination, so if you lose once, you're out. Basically, you know, the tournaments during the week, I've done some longer ones, but I find that a lot of people, especially in Europe, who decide to play, end up playing till like 3 or 4 a.m. So trying to have one that's a little bit more consolidated here. And yeah, obviously we have a ton of World Championship events going on right now as well. So, you know, I think this is kind of a good one to balance all that out and just have something a little bit more kind of short. Yeah, no intro music. I know. I just felt like getting right to business. Yeah, 100%. So we are going to set it up. It's going to be on the Total Tavern Turin game. All right, so we got that set up. And now we just need to go ahead and start the tournament. So just going to be checking on the website, making sure everybody's checked in and there's no drama. Should be good. Just give me like maybe 5 minutes, guys. I'm playing today. I'm going to be playing the Empire, which it's pretty funny when you play the Empire. It's kind of like you're kind of like rolling the dice a little bit. You're like, oh, am I going to get dwarves? Am I going to get some of the you know, the counters there? Okay, there's one person who hasn't checked in, so let me check with them real quick and find out who that is. I would feel bad if it was just one person. Granted, I could always just give them my spot. So I'm going to be casting a bunch of games too. If I just get owned in the first round, I'll cast, but obviously I'll keep playing as well. I know, no hype trailer. Yeah, I really kind of blew it today. We could play the hype trailer though. We could still do that. I hear my chihuahua out there. She has this like chair that she likes to jump in, but she's always like, I don't know, something about getting into like jumping up into it, which is totally easy for her. Gets her all worked up. Very strange. All right, so let me find this individual here. Tag them in Discord, see if they've checked in. And, okay, Steven, are you here? Don't see who that is, so I'm just going to refresh it once. Should be able to get this started. And how are we looking? It looks like they checked in. Great. All right, so everybody is checked in. And now what we're going to be doing is we're going to generate the bracket. And let's pray to the dark gods. that I don't get the dwarves. All right. So there we go. Outstanding. All right, let's see how we're looking here. Announcing the tournament starting. All right, so everyone, tourney is live. Make sure to have mod pack installed for maps. Good luck, have fun. Let me know if opponent no shows. All right, so the tournament's now live. I got my opponent here. And who is my opponent? It is going to be Alvar. So let's go ahead and find Alvar in the Discord, track them down, and get this lobby going. And we'll be starting our first game. I wonder what they're playing. Is he going to be one of the dreaded Dowie? I've been wanting to kind of practice that matchup too. I still haven't been able to kind of quite crack it. But I think there's some options for sure. All right, so my opponent has the code. We'll see what they're playing. I'm going to be playing the Sons of Sigmar here today. I almost played Lizardmen, but I wanted to kind of practice them a little bit more before I go into the pits. Does Arrow still play? Not too much. No, I don't think he plays too much. Yeah, he probably maybe does like, you know, casual battles on the side and things like that. But he played competitive for a long, long time. Hey, well, we'll be hyped. All right, so the Sons of Sigmar, sand at the ready. Let's go ahead and take a look at the brackets as well. So the brackets have been generated for today. And here we are. So smaller tournament, but still pretty good. I mean, only like 45 minutes notice, and we got like, I think close to 30 people, which is pretty cool. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds in total, which is great. Perfect for me, because my hands usually can't handle too much more than that. The first map is going to be Black Ark, Proving Ground, Celestial Lake, Lost Temple of Sotek, which several new maps. These 3 maps are all brand new, and so are these ones. But we do have Black Ark in it and there as well for some of the traditional kind of old school maps that people are used to. So the first map is going to be Black Ark. And let's pray to the dark gods that it's not dwarves. Oh, Demons of Chaos. All right. This is going to be an interesting one. So let's go to the Black Ark here, and we'll get started on our army. Thank you all for joining. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's been a while since we played in a tournament ourselves, but yeah. I'm much better at AoE 4, says OG. Yeah, just play. Who cares? It's fun. Even if you get wrecked, you know, you're going to be A-okay. So we got you guys. Eric, thanks for becoming a member. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, Eric Warner. And I will try not to lose in the first game for you. I will do my best. Now, as far as lord choices go, there's certainly plenty to choose from. He's always pretty good. Yeah, that's always really, really strong here as well. I haven't actually played competitive like myself in a couple weeks. I'm feeling a little bit like out of practice. Yeah, feels weird. Feels weird. Hey, Eric, thank you for becoming a member. Yeah, we have to fight the Demons of Chaos, yeah. I think that Marcus isn't terrible. Franz is okay. Franz can do some work. Volkmar can kind of get through some of those troops. Prince and Emperor is my favorite character, though. I have his tabletop model, so I'm like, you know, whenever I have the opportunity to play the Prince and Emperor, I'm always going to take it. But we'll have to see. So, Lore of Fire is not bad. Lore of Life, though, is pretty good with Franz. Lich109, thank you for the $5. He says, what do you think of Greasus getting a snare? I actually think that would be really good. If Greasus got a snare, he would be viable suddenly. Like, that's really, like, all it would take is just big boy Greasus. I don't know why, but I have, like, a lingering feeling that I'm gonna get Red Olgor used against me. I don't know why, but I just kind of feel like it's gonna happen. Welcome, Eric. Yes. Watch how many. First time on a live stream. Hey, welcome. Yeah, live streams I think are the most fun thing we do here on the channel, personally. I love live streams. Just getting to hang out with all of you guys is really, really fun. So, Prince and Emperor maybe is an option. We could go ahead and take those. I think he's got the appropriate items. We could do you as well. I think he's always pretty good for just like capping. Yeah, let's cut all this. Looks pretty good to me. And let's get hold the line here. All right, perfect. So the main battle line is about ready. I think Flagellants and Sigmar Sons are pretty good in this matchup. They generally do well. But you have to watch out for Fleshhounds too. Fleshhounds of Khorne are really, really nasty. As such, you probably want to bring some cavalry that can kind of handle them, like Zentler's Reichsguard type units. Empire Knights actually do reasonably well, assuming they get the charge, but they really do need to get that charge, like 100%. So, can Demons of Chaos even bring spawn? I don't think so. I don't think they can actually bring spawn, yeah. So that's a little bit hog wild. So we want to cut this and bring this in reinforcements. That's probably not a bad idea. Initially, like out of the gates, it's probably a little bit too much of a gimme. I always end up doing that. Granted, it could bait my opponent into a bad play. I wonder how many, how to change my name, something else, go Wood Elves. Ariel, man, I would play Wood Elves for you today, Eric, but I can't, unfortunately. Today is a tournament where you like lock in beforehand. So you have your, you have your set faction essentially. Looks good. I think we only need probably 2 of those. As far as like heavy artillery against these guys, you don't need that much. Knights of the Blazing Sun, though, are pretty awesome here. I do like them a lot. And Huntsman, Arawar, Silver Bullets, not a bad idea. They do magic damage, so that's nice against some of the demons. And grenade launchers, of course, do very good work as well. Yeah, we're just starting. Naomi says, I'm still having withdrawal since your last epic campaign. Hey, yeah, so head-to-head campaign tomorrow. Professor Pone had some stuff going on today, so he was busy. But we'll be doing campaign tomorrow, so that should be quite a bit of fun. I'm excited for that one. Not as many heavy cavalry as I would like. Feels a little bit bare bones. I do think that's the way, though. Those units are just too good to pass up on. Free Company Militia, that's what this build's missing. It's like looking at it, I was like, what do we really need here? And yeah, it's the Free Company. Free Company Militia are just rad. Very, very good against demons. And obviously they give you, as the Empire, some Vanguard options, which I think is good. Get a couple shielded troopers, get another Free Company. I like this build. This feels pretty good. I'm trying to think of like any glaring weaknesses it has. A Huntsman could be nice, but I still have some powder, some shooting. So I have enough to clear out infantry. I think I do. Good luck. Have fun to my opponent. All right, guys. Game 1. Firing it up for the Sons of Sigmar. The Emperor protects. We will see. That is the game plan here. We're against Demons of Chaos in our first match. So we'll cast my own games until I get karate chopped out of the tournament, most likely by Vampire Counts, Dwarves, or Cathay. and then we'll have some fun from there. Yeah, should be good. We'll cast some other people's games. Yeah, Wild Tuesday tournament. By the way, for anybody who's interested in Age of Empires, on Friday we're having a 2v2v2v2 tournament. So we're having a team FFA tournament. I'm going to be teaming up with Gunhound for that, and that'll be going down on Friday. And yeah, it should be good. That will be, I'm not sure what time it is. I know it got posted sometime in the early day, maybe like 10, 11 my time. Demons of Chaos. Yeah, Be'lakor is usually like the one thing that really messes you up here. Like I've lost this matchup before. Fleshhounds are really scary if they can like get running rampant in your back line. You got to watch out. I don't know. Well, the first army is going to be very wagon focused because like basically Be'lakor is like the one thing that you just can't effectively deal with, right? So we need like anti-Be'lakor tech. We have this character, the Empire Captain, to just move up on Objective 1 and just sit there and grab that. And the Sunmaker, I don't need to explain that. The thing's just like absolutely insane. So, Furies, just got to protect it. We got the spawn points back here. Should be able to cover both of these, and I think we'll be good. Do you think future updates or DLCs will introduce new Empire? Yeah, Empire needs a couple more things. Oh, are you talking about Grand Cathay or are the Cathay Dragons? I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, Cathay will be getting changes for sure. They're going to be getting some new content. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Let me just check and make sure there's no admin questions here real quick. I'm being tagged in the Discord. Is it an admin? Looks like it's in Total War Chat. Okay. Turin not even checked into his own tournament. I checked in. I did it. Checking tournament chat here, making sure there's no problems. All right. Outstanding. Okay. So I think we're good. I didn't see any issues or anything. Like 6, yeah, you know, Luminarch could have been okay, but the problem is if he doesn't go Bellicor, then the Luminarch is suddenly like a super haggard choice. Oh my god, he brought Red Olgor. I had a feeling it would be done against me. I had a feeling. All right, let's get this up here. But Red Olgor suffers from the same weaknesses of Bellicor in that he's really easy to snipe. So what is it going to be? Pinks and Plague Bearers. We do have some Plague Ridden and a Skull Cannon back here. Okay. Skull Cannons might be okay against the wagons for sure. So the Empire Armored Legion is on its way out. No, this build's very good. This is a competitive build. I'm trying not to just lose in the first round here. Granted, it could happen. Red Olgor certainly has my number. So, you know, we got to watch out for that. So let's go ahead and get Sigmar Suns, get them moving up. Get a little bit of sustainability on the points. We're going to play the 2 top points. We're going to have our Empire Captain go capture that one with the wagons. And Franz would not have a good time against Red Olgor, because Red Olgor is anti-large. He would actually probably beat Franz in a straight fight. So we don't want that. As far as the Sunmaker goes, we just need to get in range. Yeah, Skull Cannon missed its first shot, which is good. And we keep heading over here. I didn't bring Dwellers Below because, yeah, screw that. Ability's lame. And we got some other goodies as well. So got to watch out for Fleshhounds diving into our backfield. That's probably what he's going to do, is spawn a bunch of Fleshhounds and dive into my backfield here. Okay. Skull Cannon really struggling to hit. Let's hide our Jade Wizard back here. Keep these wagons moving up and just start getting some good trading here. All right, so the demons are being forced back a little bit, but we're just going to kind of play their 2 high ground objectives here, essentially. Yeah, cavalry. Cavalry time. We need cav. We need, like, mass. So what are those? Pinks? Those are pinks. Okay, he's pulling back. Very, very good stuff. We need to get our artillery blasting into them now. So this is... Oh, yeah. I've always said Skull Cannons maybe against Empire wagon spam could be really good. Look at that. He's actually giving me the business a little bit. But thankfully, Sunmaker's in range now, so it's time to unleash the fury of Sigmar. And we're just going to bank up some points for now. We don't need to go too crazy. Red Olgor, we could just shoot him and get some big shots. Red Olgor does have healing, though, so we got to watch out for that. All right, so Sunmaker going into the pinks who are going to be taking cover. Look at them taking cover. I love it. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, they're just kind of pulling back there. I don't see anything sneaky yet. So Sigmar Suns are almost up on the point, and we'll keep trying to get shots where we can. Not going to be easy, but we'll just kind of pull back here. I love that he's bringing the Skull Cannons, though. That feels like a really, really cool choice. All right, so let's get Silver Bullets coming up. We'll just move them up here with the crew. Get some guns to support. We're a little bit obstructed at this point. He's taking very, very good cover. We'll try and hit these Plague Bears here, see if we can, but we just need to hold these 2 objectives, right? Like, we don't need to be getting too aggressive here. One wagon's a little bit beat up. We could actually, it's probably worth to regrowth it to mitigate the damage from the Skull Cannon, because it hasn't lost any models yet, so I think that's going to be pretty good. All right, let's just park you here. And eventually they're going to have to come out. All right, so the Empire Captain has the objective. Prince and Emperor can move this way. We can also bring some free company to come down and start like shooting at the Plague Bears a little bit. It looks like there's some Furies in the distance, so we got to keep tabs on those guys because they're going to try and, you know, dive my business essentially. Yeah, very good KG play though. I really like it. Let's go ahead and shoot here. Chaos Fury should be taken out. We'll get the wagons down to the low ground. Keep this wizard here. Empire Captain will be chilling. And I'm pretty sure these guys will beat that Chaos Fury. If they land on those Free Company Militia, yeah, just got to make sure I don't lose the Sunmaker to anything stupid. All right, so those pinks are coming around the side now, which is good. So now we can actually start shelling them. And let's summon out the Zentler's Reichsguard and just hammer these guys down. Yep, that's exactly what we want to be doing. Wagons coming around. He's probably very happy I don't have any like dwellers or anything like that. Looks like the 2 Skull Cannons going to go after our boy here. All right, so just kind of keeping him in check a little bit. Zentler's Reichsguard should do it. We need to go deal with those Skull Cannons. Can't let them just run rampant here. So we're going to send the wagons back, and France can stay here, actually. We can send the wagons to go over here. Sigmar Suns can move up, try and stuff these units. A little bit of lag coming in. Not too bad, though. Very, very minimal. And the Reichsguard Knights will clear out these Chaos Furies, and I think we'll be pretty good there. All right, so moving up. Moving up. This poor Empire Captain certainly a little bit outmatched here. We do have some guns on the way, though, so we'll see what happens. And let's go ahead and have you stop for a second. So he's going to turn the corner, which is going to help line of sight. Skull Cannons are pretty good at killing these type of characters, so we're gonna need some real tools here. All right, so we're up on value, we're up on objectives. Like so far, the game is good, I would say. Sigmar Sons will definitely get some stoppage right here. Let's get the shooting, get the wagons over there, and the Jade Wizard could heal that character, but I don't think we need to. We definitely need some Empire Knights. Our backfield's very, very exposed, so let's just get some cav to sit here. Zintler's Reichsguard can move up. Let's get you guys shooting. Uh-oh. Franz versus Red Olgor. I don't know how much I like this. All right, we can take it for a second. We'll pop our buffs, come back, and Franz can get a little bit of healing. Now, Red Olgor is like straight up an anti-large duelist character, so we don't want any of that. So let's start shooting here. Let's run this way. Get the silver bullets looping back here. Get these Reichsguard Knights kind of chilling. And what we do next is we get grenade launchers. So let's just pull you back. Franz can come this way. And the wagons are slowly taking these things down while these Sigmar Sons kind of chase them, and good. So everything's looking okay. Plague Bearers are out in open field, which is good for me. Franz is going to want a regrowth here, and we need something to deal with the Screamers here. So I guess we just start shooting them and just sandwich them with our 2 cav units, and that should be enough. Looks like one of the Skull Cannons is in trouble. We got it forced back a little bit, so let's get these Fleshhounds of Khorne getting popped here as Red Olgor continues to hustle. Nice damage from those gun units. And now we can get the grenade launchers, which are basically a hard counter against like Plague Bearers, like straight up. All right, so we're just gonna have to kind of kite back like so. Wagons keep fleeing the scene. Franz can come in and fight here. Looking good. Silver bullets have done it, so let's get that cav surround, hammer those guys down. They should die pretty quickly and start shooting at Red Olgor. And we can drop a Earthblood over here to heal these things up. All right, looking good so far. Now, this fight looks like Plague Bearers are getting grenaded, so let's go ahead and just position away from them. Franz has gotten in there and absolutely smashed that Skull Cannon, baby, for the Emperor. All right, that's what I'm talking about. But the Demons of Chaos, they are persistent. Let's go ahead and get our Zintler's Reichsguard Knights moving down here. And Franz can just kind of keep battling these Fleshhounds. Let's go ahead and focus Red Olgor a little bit, pull these guns away. And the Empire Knights can just kind of sit back and protect. And I think we're in good position here. It's looking a little bit grim for the Demons, for sure. Let's get another free company and have it like move up to maybe get on that point. And when Red Olgor tries to run here, he's gonna get blasted pretty good for sure. Franz can move over here, and the Zintler's Reichsguard Knights have charged into the Plague Bearers. Looks like one unit of Plague Bearers here is in serious danger as the grenade launchers have done some good work. And Franz is gonna be moving up on the point. We got a pretty big value lead right now. So if he wants to land Red Olgor, he totally can. I think he's gonna die to the silver bullets. So let's get some flagellants coming up, get some sustained infantry, shoot at these guys, take down these houndos. And yeah, we're gonna lose the Sunmaker probably. We'll just charge with some Empire Heavy Cav here, and you guys go here, and we'll just get both of you up on that point. Yeah, Franz is just being a linebacker here. Sigmar Sons actually pinned in his other units too, which is good. All right, so let's see if we can get the Sunmaker back, salvage that bad boy. Flagellants on their way up just to give me some sustained fighting power versus like Hounds and different units like that. Franz can go here. Those are just Chaos Furies. Let's get our Sigmar Sons moving up, and Silver Bullets need to keep shooting at your boy Red Olgor here. Dude, Red Olgor is definitely being a menace, though. He is, he's not like a joke. He's definitely not a joke. All right, so Flagellants come up. We got the side point. Grenade launchers can come around and start hitting these Plague Bearers here, which are obviously busy in combat. Franz can come in with the steel chair, I think, and give it to Red Olgor now. I think Red Olgor is in a little bit of danger. Yeah, well, he's in a little bit of danger. How are we looking here? Empire Captain, Sigmar Sun should be able to get their paws on that objective. Keep blasting Red Olgor in the face. Flagellants move up to the far point to secure it. And yeah, I think we're good. I think this one's in the bag. The value differential is too big. It's way, way too big. He played well, though. There were certainly some good scraps, some scary moments. But this is, I do think Empire is favored in this matchup. I do think this is a matchup that, you know, all my guns and shooting, the fact that they don't have, like, any armor makes it very easy for me. You know, a lot of my units become very viable. Franz, let's get the regrowths. Let's get the Galmaraz for the Warhammer. Oh, no, they dodged each other. Oh, and I'm going to lose the artillery here in the back, which is unfortunate. But, maybe we get some cat back here to save that. We'll see. All right, so we got the epic duel between Red Olgor and Franz. Is this what you guys are here for? I think it is. The Prince and Emperor doing battle against the foul demons of chaos. Grenade launchers doing some great work. We got Screamers coming in. Not going to be too much of a problem. Should be able to grenade launch them into the Shadow Realm. And I think that's going to be it. Red Olgor has fallen, and the core of demons is definitely running out of steam. And now we just kind of summon, unsummon our beat units, send them back to the medical tents there, and we can move up here and just start popping some of these Nurglings, moving up on the point. GG! All right, well played. Yeah, it's a tricky one. I brought a hyper-competitive build, like Hyper, and he brought a pretty memey build with Red Olgor. Be'lakor really is the glue that holds together Demons of Chaos as a faction. But yeah, GG, well played. The skull cannon was actually really scary. Initially, when it was like popping wagons, I liked the skull cannon tech there. It didn't get a chance to really shine for too long. The wagons eventually pulled back. I mean, guys, the Sunmaker really only got 800 value. That's not what it did. The wagons did good because they shot Red Olgor. Yeah, pinks, I'm not a huge fan of the pinks here in this matchup. The Empire does pretty well against them. Plague Bearer spam is actually annoying to deal with for Empire, but grenades really do counter them pretty hard. Lich 1 and 9, I think it does. GG well played to my opponent, Alvar. Let me go ahead and message him. Let's find him, and GG well played. What a beast. He brought the dreaded Red Olgor against us. Truly an alpha play. All right, so let's refresh this. We'll update it, and I think we have somebody in the next round who's ready to play us. So we're gonna be playing back to back here. So report score. That is Empire versus Demons of Chaos, which again I think is favored for the Empire pretty heavily. I have lost it before, but it was due to big blunders I made with my characters and stuff. Empire versus Chaos Demons, yes. So submit that. Let's see what we got here. And yeah, we have an opponent already. Very cool. So I think we were the first one to finish. And the next map is going to be Proving Grounds, one of our other new maps. All right, so we got Cheth is our opponent's name. Let's go ahead and find him. Alvar. That's funny. All right. All right, so getting my next opponent in here. The Prince and Emperor has done it. And yeah, he's good. He does magic damage. So against demons, certainly not terrible. Certainly not terrible. Okay. My opponent will be on the way soon. Reginald Puggington shooting me a message. Let me make sure there's no issues here with the tournament. Okay, the cartographer. Someone can't find their opponent. Thankfully, we have a little bit of time. So the cartographer has not been able to find their opponent. Let's see if they have showed up. If they didn't, we will drop them and advance that player. Should be all good. Bob says, Shameless asked to swap round 4 map with semi-map because no round 4. Oh, that's right. Oh no, Bob. Hey, yeah, wagons hype all day. Yeah, wagons are very good. How you doing, Anticity? Hope you're doing well, man. You just finished your stream? I actually do use Luminarchs competitively. So my high school football moment in this game in the past like 2 months is when I was actually able to beat Moffat in a game using a Luminarch and War Wagon sniping his Vampire Lord. And that's the only way I'm going to beat him is with like Haggard Cheese. It's not going to be like a normal fair victory in terms of micro because he's just so good. But that's pretty funny. All good indeed. All right, so just waiting for my opponent. Should be here soon. Let me tag them in the Discord as well. You got helped in. And Cheth. All right, so my opponent's on the way. Map is going to be Proving Ground. I would switch the maps, but I don't want to do it yet, like at this point. But I'll make sure to get your map in the next tournament. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. How are you and Lady Turin doing? Yeah, we're doing good. It's actually raining in our hometown. It almost never rains here in California, so it's pretty nice. Certainly, the sun's coming out now. Rain's kind of subsided, but we're on Proving Grounds, another one of our new maps here. Luminarchs are good. They're good against like undead factions for sure, and it looks like he's playing Vampire Counts, so you may get an opportunity to see one. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, Vampire Counts are favored against Empire, but that's not to say you can't win it if you practice the matchup a lot. So let's go ahead and get Wookiee blocking here. And I think I have a pre-save. I think I have 2 saved builds for Vampire Counts. Which one is this? Yeah, this is like my more meta one. This one's really fun. I think you guys will like this one a lot. Yeah, this build's badass. This build's really cool. Is there any other weird tech I want to do here? Maybe a second one of you guys. Those are good. Yeah, he's Vampire Counts. He's playing Count Chocula, so it is going down. It isn't a real Empire battle without a Luminarch. I would say Luminarchs aren't like the faction identity, but I can't make them work. Show me the way. It's really just RNG, and like they miss so much. But yeah, they're okay. Luminarchs are they're fun, and what's really good against vampires, if they're like rushing you with blood knights and shit, you do get access to a net, which is incredibly useful. So the downside of the war wagons or the Luminarch is it takes away one of your wagon slots because it counts as a war wagon or a chariot or whatever it is, like War Machine. So you don't get a fourth wagon. So you're kind of like hurting yourself in that way also. Yeah, which is a little bit rough, but it's not the end of the world. All right, so looking at my build here, trying to review it. I think these guys probably aren't super necessary. Granted, they do some good work. Great Company Militia, Cavalry. Blood Knights are always a bit of a pain to deal with, but usually if you have enough control on the map, you can kind of poke them down. Zintler's Reichsguard, obviously very good. I like them a lot. Yeah, so many choices, man, so many choices. So today, I'm Empire, and my opponent is going to be, what color scheme do we want to do? Let's go with Ostland. That'll be kind of cool looking. My tabletop scheme is the Reichland. Like for my tabletop Empire army, which I just finished painting some Demograph Knights. We could do. Let's do the Cult of Sigmar. That's always a classic. Too bad we don't use the mod maps for the World Championships. Yeah, I don't know why they're not. Honestly, it's up to each individual host who's hosting the qualifier to choose their maps. So like Anticity's hosting one, he could totally use them. I myself, I'm hosting one of the qualifiers, and I'm also hosting the grand finals. For the World Championship, I'm going to be using some of the new maps in those, 100%. So yeah, I don't know why people aren't. It's weird. They're just like, some of them are just so much better. Move the pug to the left. Oh, he's not going to stream snipe me. It's just like so he can chill on the stream and not worry about it. That's why I'm not necessarily talking about what I'm bringing here. Okay, so that could be an option. I think we have enough of that. So let's cut you. Get a second one of these. I think they're just really, really good. And we have those. These guys are very useful, but I think we could cut them in lieu of some of you guys. Yeah, I always kind of regret bringing these, but they're certainly not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, we don't have any tools to really support them. Artillery against vampire counts is always a tricky one too. You're kind of like, oh, maybe some artillery would be good here, but it just seems so risky with the way that they can like tie units down and whatnot. It always just gives you all the big stress. So he is there. We have our character, blasting scroll. I think Cheth mentioned, I don't know how much tournament experience they have. Okay, 2 of those. Is this 2 really necessary? Yeah, probably so. Probably so, to be honest. In the main army, we can grab some spearmen. Sure, why not? Throw some Chevys on that bad boy. I hate when you have like enough gold, like where it's like chevrons seem stupid, but like I have enough gold to almost get a spearman unit in my secondary, and I can't quite find a way to like make it more efficient. Well, whatever, that's kind of cool. Yeah, who doesn't love floppy hats? Demograph Knights are really cool. Actually, probably thematically speaking, one of my favorite units on the Empire. Like hands down. Hands down. They're so badass. Oh, I just had the WWC guys do all the maps and rules for me. Oh, Anticity, you can change all that, dude. It's totally up to you guys. It's the WWC. That's I believe it's just Samurai Warrior going through and setting that up for you. Just doing you a favor, but you can choose all the maps that you want. I'm for my World Championship qualifier, I'm going to put in some good maps so people aren't stuck playing the same 2 or 3 maps over and over. Yeah, the dreaded 300 remaining gold for Empire left over. Oh yeah, it's annoying. But you know, I was able to get a great sword in my build, even though they're not great. Pun actually not intended there. They're pretty cool. I mean, if you can find an isolated Graveguard or something, or some, you know, non-AP enemy units, they can do okay. Oh, yeah. All right, guys. So, Proving Grounds is up. This is one of our new maps. It's a beauty. It's great. You don't, Anticity, you can just go into the back end since you're a tournament host, and you can just change your own maps, dude. Yeah, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Do it. Do it. Because, like, you know, we have these amazing map makers who've just made these great maps, and there's many of them are just so much better than the CA maps that I think you should just have them. Like, this map's awesome. Great swords aren't the worst in the world. If they got a cost reduction of like 25 to 50 gold, I think they might be slightly more viable in a couple matchups. I think against dwarves, they have a niche if you can avoid blasting charges, which isn't easy. That's a big problem, man. Blasting charges do so much even against armor, right? Yeah, they're nasty. They're very nasty. Sean says, I'm playing a D&D campaign and I ride a Demogryph inspired. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Demogryphs are so cool. My tabletop army has a lot. You object. I like it. I object. Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, I agree. I think there's better pick systems for sure. I do. And honestly, I wouldn't even be against hosts like deciding what the pick and ban format's going to be. So, yeah, how would you make Demogryph Knights like a little like? It's not that they're a bad unit. I don't know. Maybe they're just overshadowed by. Maybe they just don't fit into the meta. Where do I actually use Demogryph Knights? There was a time back in land battles when like demi hammers were really common. You would have like a Life Wizard, 2 Demogryph Knights, and some sort of a supporting character, maybe like a Volkmar or something, to buff them with like the Hammer of Sigmar and Shield of Faith, and they actually were like a really scary hammer. I don't know. Like, what heavy cav? What anti-large? I mean, they're just as good as Warbear Riders, right? Like, give or take. And probably even better than Warbear Riders because they have access to Lore of Life, whereas the Warbear Riders have to rely on prayers. Although, I don't know. They're both pretty good. Pistoliers and Outriders, I'm not a big fan of them. War Wagons are just superior in every way to those units. Pistoliers, I guess, are okay. Well, here's my build against Vampire Counts. This is the one that I was able to get Moffat with. So we're gonna try it here. So you have a Light Wizard, War Wagons, and then you have a Luminarch. So you just go Vampire character hunting, and what you do is you get your Sigmar Sons and Flagellant's Core moving up on a like a side objective or something. Probably gonna go over here. And then, over here is probably better. Yeah, I think this is going to be the better spot. Granted, the thing is the vampires have to go open field here, whereas they have a tree line to hide here. But I like this position. It seems a little bit easier to defend. So we're going to get you guys going here. All right, so let's get you in 5. Empire Captain can just, he could go solo, but I'm going to keep him with the main battle line here. It's okay. It gives you a little bit of SEM grinding, and we'll take the Free Company Militia there. You need a little bit of armor-piercing shooting in case they send some like Black Knights or something, so. All right. That seems pretty good to me. Luminarch Goon Squad's going to go hunting for vampires, burn through the witches, all that sort of good stuff. And yeah, on the other side, we just summon a General of the Empire for our Lord for only 600 gold. France is viable here too. You could totally do France. But if you're getting something as expensive as, you know, a Luminarch, I like to make sure, you know, I got all my tools. So, oh my god, there's a very angry looking Vampire Lord over there. So let's get you guys like so. Move up, go say hello. And what does he got? So he's got the Red Duke! Oh, I love the Red Duke. The Red Duke's awesome. Alright, so we'll see if we can get him with Luminarchs. We have double net, which is really good. You know, that's going to feel pretty nice. Flagellants, we can move some Flagellants up to the middle objective for now. Cryptors are scary, but we can shoot them with wagons and whatnot, so we'll have to see what targets he's got. Yeah, it's mainly like a chaff army. I'm not seeing too many good units. Okay, Black Knight's coming out of the bushes here. It's a little bit hard to see on this map, I'm not gonna lie. We'll get our General of the Empire on the other side. He's like a little bit difficult to remove and has good capture weight, so. All right, so a couple seconds. I don't want to be wasting ammo on just crappy units here, so we'll take off Fire at Will for now. The Luminarch, he's hiding in the trees pretty effectively, so you know, that's gonna be going down. Let's move over here, I'm thinking, and pull you back this way, and then pull you back this way. Middle objective, I think our Flagellant should be able to grab that, and then on the other side, let's go ahead and grab the General of the Empire. Just have him, like, you know, go see if he can wrangle that objective, which would be good. All right, back you go, back you go. We can start shooting at the Red Duke a little bit. He's preparing an Alpha Strike on this position. Oh, more Cav units coming out. What are those? Blood Knights or Black Knights? Okay. So we could actually take a pot shot at some heavy cavalry. That is actually probably worth it. So we're just going to shoot these guys and see if we can get some range shots on them. I don't know why this thing is obstructed. It's literally just struggling to exist. Okay, Light Wizard's chilling there. Our main battle line is almost there. Ooh, the Hex Rays. Look at that. Okay. Wow, that's scary. It makes me a little nervous, not gonna lie. All right, let's shoot at some of those Hex Rays. God, Vampire Counts are such a scary faction, dude. All right, let's get those shots, put them in guard mode. And as far as the side point goes, we could go ahead and send some Free Company over there if we need to. Yeah, why not? Let's just send them there. Make sure we get the point. All right, back you go, back you go. So retreat, retreat, retreat. Hopefully our wagons don't get caught here. And we can go ahead and just pounce out. And now we can just go ahead and put on Fire at Will. All right, let's do this. And I could do like a big overcasted net or something. I don't think it's like super necessary. Oh, that's the Dire Pack actually. Look at that. Okay. So as far as targets to shoot, we could drop some nets, but I think the Flagellants will be able to get in there. No problem. Our Wizard is kind of chilling out, and at this point is opening up. So let's get you guys battling here, you guys battling here. Luminarch, not too many good targets yet. So let's get the Luminarch over here. I think he needs to go chill out in this region, and we'll pull you guys down and under. Hopefully our Flagellants will just win some trades here. And the value trading is pretty close here, obviously. Things are getting a little bit scary as there are some dudes on the side here. So these guys don't do magic damage, but I think the Spear should be able to handle them. I think they should. So Wagons and company are going to come under. Flagellants trying their best to scrap here. General of the Empire doing his thing. And maybe it's time for some heavy cavalry to come out, which I think is the case. So we'll get some So you guys, let's get them, and they can head off the dire pack here. And the fighting is now on. Good. So let's get our shooting going. Flagellants holding their own, and Luminarch's coming around. Let's go ahead and start just ripping shots at the Red Duke here. We can go ahead and lock him down, actually, if we can. We'll see if we can catch him in like a little bit of a net slip up. And yeah, the Flagellants, they're going to take a little bit of work, but it should be okay. So let's just blast here, see if we can go. And I think it's having some line of sight issues, or no, it's actually, it's going. So he's netted. So now we give him the Wombo combo. We give him the blasting scroll. Lumi shot, baby, from downtown. Oh yeah, look at that. Blasting the Rob Zombie all day. All right, so these guys are on their way. And let's go see if we can just clear that side objective. So Red Duke's already at half health, which is a pretty good little trade for us. I'm very, very happy about that. And we do have some more damage coming in the middle. It's looking a little bit crazy, but we should be able to secure onto this point. And value trading is going to be favoring us right now for sure. Now in the back, let's get some Huntsmen in there, or maybe some actual meat. Let's get some great swords, because he does have some armor, actually. And the Red Duke is almost dead. You can see how the Duke's in the Shadow Realm, right? He's just hiding like away, just getting Illuminarched into oblivion. Crypt Ghouls, first Knights of the Blazing Sun, should be pretty favorable. Our General of the Empire is holding on like a Chad. And we do have a Necromancer to snipe here. So let's just keep shooting at the Red Duke, the Luminarch, like all game, basically. And it looks like there's going to be some dudes coming in to cause some problems. But are those Blood Knights over there? Those are just Black Knights. Okay, so we might be able to get you guys back. Let's run back through here and shoot you guys. Let's go ahead and net you down. So we're going to net down these things, these Hex Wraiths here, and just start focusing them a little bit. Yeah, perfect. They are netted, and we're just going to kind of keep the shots on this guy, pull these Spearmen back to the point, and did our dudes get back? They kind of did, and now we can charge back in. Looking good. All right, so Flagellants, what's great about Flagellants is they're kind of like undead in the sense that they constantly take like full damage and just end up dying, right? And we almost got those Hex Wraiths down. Yeah, a little bit precarious. All right, great swords. Let's get you up here. Let's get some Huntsmen can creep up. They do have anti-large, so not going to be irrelevant. So now we're going to run the wagons back and lure him into the net, the temple net Hoff here. All right, so let's dire pack. Yes, let's net them down. Let's do that. Just keep scooting back. We're going to have some nets here in a second. Let's get the great swords up on the point fighting. And how are we looking here? It's looking a little bit messy for sure, but it seems like a lot of undead are crumbling. You know, we're seeing damage. All right, so Huntsmen, take them down. It's usually the undead are up on value on points and things like that, and you have to like grind your way back into the game, right? All right, so let's shoot at the Red Duke again with the Luminarch. I think we're okay. And what are these? These are the dire pack. Huntsmen are also taking them apart, so let's shoot here. And now we can keep sending more troops up to the middle. So let's grab you, and I would like to send some Flagellants again. So let's get them back and send them to the middle. Should be able to clear out those zombies eventually. You got to play the long game against the vampire counts for sure. All right, great swords are on the point. You guys can hang here, and wagons can now move up and start shooting at these cavalry. Let's move you guys up, and the Luminarch's just going to keep forcing him to micro, super sweaty. Are we actually losing this side? We actually kind of did. Wow, okay, I guess we say screw that side and we go to the middle. I expected it to go a little bit better, but I guess not. So these are Skeleton Warriors. Let's get Spears into the Cav units. Flagellants going here. This is where not having Dweller's Blow definitely hurts, but... Oh, yeah, he's juking. That Red Duke is hearing the footsteps. Let's see if we can get him, finish him off with like a net combo or something. That's going to be very nice. All right, as far as the middle goes, let's go ahead and get some grenade launchers come up. Start moving these units here. And now what we can do is we can net this bad boy down. So let's net him, and we can rip a shot here, take him down, get the war wagons going after him. And this is the time where you have to pay the Sigmarite toll. So if we can kill the Red Duke, you know, cutting the head off the snake. Oh, yeah, let's go, baby. Oh, finish him! Finish him! Banish him to the Shadow Realm. Go, Light Wizard. Show him who's boss. All right. Feels good. Feels good. If we kill the Red Duke, I think it's probably GG. Oh! Yes. Yes. Sigmar, bless this ravaged body. Once again, we have finished off the Dread Vampire Lord and Knights of the Blazing Sun. We could just pull them into the middle to help out a little bit. Grenade launchers have done it. Yes, the Red Duke has paid the price, and now look at this. Great swords actually get to do well here, which is awesome. We have more Huntsmen. We can just kind of shoot at zombies, whatever. There's not really a whole lot to shoot at right now. And now we just kind of slowly grind them off the objective. Away with the foul vampire. I know. My opponent's playing well though. This is stressful. Okay, because I'm triple capped right now, and I'm up on value. But remember, vampires have access to healing, right? So it's not as clear cut as you would think. All right, this point's been cleared. Grenade launchers. We can move you over here. Flagellant should be able to move up. He's using a lot of heavy cavalry, which is actually throwing a bit of a wrench in my business. I'm not gonna lie. That's why, like, when I was looking at my build in the beginning, I was kind of like, it's lacking like a lot of the tools it might need to deal with those type of units. All right, so Flagellant's just gonna get karate chopped here. Let's at least net these guys so they get stuck in combat with the Flagellants, and we can just Vanguard or even just Zentler's Reichsguard, yeah, these guys up. We're not gonna play that side point until he's like really out of steam. All right, Luminarch. We can lock down these heavy cavalry here. The great swords of Sigmar are doing relatively good. Can't complain about that. Looks like there's some nastiness coming in the middle. Grenade launchers launching grenades, but yeah, the vampires are not going quietly, man. Let's get these guys back. We're gonna have to just buffer up and get more units coming into the middle here. Yeah, because this game is not over. Even though Red Duke's gone, I still think there's a little bit of trouble. Although we need to get the side objective back. Oh no, the dreaded lag. Come on, come on, you can do it. You can do it. What's going on here? Oh, please don't be a disconnect. Please don't be a disconnect. Yeah, he might have disconnected. No, looks like he's back. That's good. All right, outstanding. So Zentler's Reichsguard coming up. My opponent's connection fighting for its dear life. And we'll just kind of keep wearing down these heavy cavalry units. We should be able to get this objective here. Flagellants and greatswords should chew through these units. Let's get archers going. Wagons got them, which is great. And attack. So Zentler's Reichsguard have gotten the engagement. Let's pull you guys around. Just run you down under here. And looks okay. Great. So I think the Reichsguard Knights should do pretty well for themselves. We'll get the Wizard fighting in there too. That'll help. That'll definitely help. And actually, maybe the Wizard needs to come lock these guys down. Help out a little bit. So I think we're going to get this point. I think this one's going to flip. We do have the Luminarch. And, oh, is he... Yeah, there's that weird bug where units, like, they spawn in like, skirmish mode. It's very weird. All right, so Flagellants can come after the Dire Pack here. Let's run this way. And now we just need to wrestle this objective to buy ourselves more time. Because we're going for, like, essentially a value win, right? Okay, Zentler's Reichsguard doing good. This objective's going to flip due to the War Wagons. We got the Flagellants intercepting these guys. The classic wraparound there. And then what we'll do is we'll trap them in melee with a net. And that should give us that fight. Yeah, he's trying to get through to my free company, but they are free company militia, so they're not gonna go quietly. So this objective is flipped to us. Greatsword should be able to chew everything off. Now we can move to the middle and start trying to get value there. And what do we want to shoot? Yeah, I guess Huntsman just keep blasting. Let's get the Luminarch over here too. We need to start like preparing to play the middle. But we did finish off the Dire Pack, which is great, and we managed to salvage several of our units. Do I want to play triple cap at this point? Yeah, we can send Sigmar Sons. They're going to be tough to remove. Granted, this gentleman's using a lot of heavy cavalry, which is a really good idea against Empire. That's the mistake Vampire Count players make, because they don't use heavy cav against the Empire, and yeah, it doesn't go great. So what do we got here? Zombies coming out. The value lead is getting pretty stark. Zentler's Reichsguard, or Chad Guard, I should say. Let's move them through here. Grenades can come up. Blast these skeleton warriors. And yeah, more swordsmen are on their way up. Looking good. Come on, boys. Move through those guys. And what do we have here? Yep. The greatsword's actually only 200 value because it's mostly been chaff, but I mean, clearing chaff is still, you know, very relevant. So let's unsummon these spears, get you guys up at the point. The Luminarch just friendly firing most likely, which is great. We can have it shoot here. Let's get the wagons to focus down those Black Knights, and we can net them down in a second. Yeah, we got the Sigmar Sons coming through the forest. We can get the Sterling's Revenge also coming up. And they can move up here. They have armor-piercing shooting, which is good. And Luminarch, let's net down these annoying bats to keep them from actually doing anything. Keep shooting at the heavy cav, and we can have you guys go here. Looking good. All right, so grenade launchers. Launch those grenades. Zentler's Reichsguard Knights. Charge up on these filthy skeletons, and we can get the Free Company Militia moving up and getting ready to party. Yeah, I think we're in good shape. You never know, though. Vampires, man, they can pull some serious nonsense. They really can. So we need to make sure like all of our points are reinforced properly. Sigmar Sons are going to be here in a second, and let's just keep shooting at these heavy cav units as we prepare to wrestle the middle objective. Grenade launchers. Let's move up. Let's get the Lumi on this point, and Free Company Militia can move in and fight these skeletons now. We'll keep the Luminarch there for the capture weight for now. Yeah, and just get you guys up. So that's going to be a second objective. Looks like the Dire Pack is back, so we need to get our Lightcaster over here and net those things down. And just basically nets. Vampires hate nets. They hate nets because it keeps their overpowered units from being able to go where they want to go. And in the back, what do we have? Yeah, definitely need to save for some Knights of the Blazing Sun. That's going to be the play. And they'll shoot here. Have you guys attack the bats. I don't know. Yeah, and he's obviously, like, look how close this is, even with his Lord dying early. That's, like, just a testament to how scary it is, right? Looking good here. I don't think he's going to have the capture weight, but just to be safe, we still have plenty of time. I'm going to send another Free Company Militia over here, just to give, like, just bodies to that position. All right, so these Free Company are going to move up. Let's get them up on the point. Sigmar Sons are grinding through most of their prizes here. Middle objective is ours. Let's go ahead and unsummon the Luminarch. We'll just keep nuking these skeletons. Grenades can come over here. And, yeah, this is a great map. This is one of our map pack maps. It's the Proving Grounds, is what it's called. Yes, it is the Proving Grounds. Skeletons being grinded. I think we have enough of a value lead where we're good now. Wagons can just move over, and then we can just basically spend all of our resources on good units now. like good quality stuff. General of the Empire, that guy's just been surviving. He's a survivor, to say the least. All right, zombies on the way. Let's get the Reichsguard Knights to intercept the reinforcements. Now we just need to kind of play a very macro-themed game. No, so you might think I would want to unsummon the wagons here, but in this case, I want to keep the wagons going because they have good capture weight, and I can use them to block the vampires from getting to the objectives. Yeah, that's kind of my school of thought here. All right, so let's pull the grenade launchers through these guys. It's a really, really good skill to have. If you guys want to learn to play Empire, you got to learn how to like keep those grenade launchers alive. So we're using the wagons as like an interference tool, basically. Knights of the Blazing Sun will absolutely destroy them. And let's get another Knight of the Blazing Sun. So yeah, that's kind of, so when I played against Moffat in the tournament and Subutai, these really good vampire count players, when they were able to win, it was with a build like this. But then when they adapted and started bringing heavy cavalry against me, Blood Knight specifically, I really started to struggle in those matchups. So I don't know, maybe I need to, like, I found that was kind of a problem too, dealing with his heavy cavalry, but now we have a triple cap. Wilson, thank you. Thank you for the donation, greatly appreciate it. Sigmar bless, Sigmar bless. All right, let's get you guys wrapping in here, get a full surround on these guys. Grenades are still very much functional, so we want to shoot into the zombies. Now it's okay to unsummon the war wagons. Now it's okay. We'll get a little bit of a refund, get some good units coming out, and yeah, they did their part. So we'll get them back in the pool and get them out, and you'll see we'll get a lot of money back. Oh, the Luminarch could come back. It could, but we just want to make sure we don't lose to some weird shenanigans. So how did those greatswords end up doing? I mean, only 420 value, but they did get... Wait, what? Oh, that's the amount of kills. Oh, I'm used to casting with the mod. Okay, so their value is actually 900. So those greatswords did pay for themselves, which is pretty cool. I'm happy. I felt like if you went Graveguard spam, that could have been a pretty good tech, for sure. All right, so let's get you guys in group 1. Move those heavy cavalry around. Get the Sigmar Sons moving up. General of the Empire can go fight here. Get you guys turning about face and shooting. You guys shooting here. And let's get you in group 2. Regroup everything. 2 and 2. How are we looking? So what do we have? We got skeletons, we got zombies, all sorts of good stuff like that. Yes. Good, Anakin, good. So in the backfield, what do we want to move up? Wagons will be back in the pool soon. Probably just another grenade launcher, since he's mainly going to be spamming out infantry to try and get back in the game. This game's over 100%. He just hasn't left yet, but it's definitely over. I don't think there's any way to come back. He's just too far behind in value, and it only gets worse as you get like further. Knights of the Blazing Sun are absolute linebackers too. Like they wreck chaff infantry. That's like pretty much their designated role here. We'll unsummon the General of the Empire. We got you guys holding that point. Light Wizard's kind of chilling here. Yeah, you can see these Crypt Ghouls getting run over. Pretty good. Do we have anything reinforcing the middle? We do, including grenade launchers, which is going to absolutely destroy these vampire count infantry. GG, well played. Great game. Woo, let's go, baby. Sigmar bless! The great light wizard has banished the Red Duke. A great sword with 400 kills, and it paid for itself. Yeah, I know. Look at that. Isn't that cool? But like, yeah, the reason we won that game is because the Red Duke got sniped. But what he did was actually good. Like the Hex Race and the Black Knights were actually very problematic. I think if he had switched to the Hex Race to Blood Knights, the game would have been much harder for me. I think one Hex Wraith is good, but yeah, like the Chill Guys, for example. But Blood Knights are really scary. He played very well, though. That was a sweaty game. Like, I had to sweat as hard as possible to win that. Luminarch value? All right. It chat says, 0 gold value on my lord. It happens. GG, bro. Very well played. That game had me sweating bullets, man. All right. So Wagons did good. Luminarch got 2,200 value. Luminarch got 2,200 value. Melonhead says, I messed up. I played in a Corn Mirror match against Hadrius thinking he was going to meme. He, in fact, did not meme, and my Minotaur bus died very fast. It's okay. Tonight's a chill tournament. It's just a fast, quick one. It's going to be over in a couple hours. And yeah, 2,200 value, not bad. Gabriel says, just you to save me in these dark times. 2 teeth removed. Oh, man. You have, like wisdom teeth or something? Had that done. Yeah, not fun. Dental stuff is never fun, man. Hope you feel better. All right, so do you think war wagons are a bit overtuned? Not really. I think you could increase their cost by 25 or 50. But the problem is war wagons are so essential to the Empire that if you got rid of them, they would just be an absolute like terrible faction. Yeah. They would really struggle with shooting. Kerberos, that was you. Hey, well played. Great game. Hadri says, looks like a good Empire build to steal. Yeah, it's a good one. But you do lose to heavy cav Hadris. If they spam Blood Knights, you tend to lose. Just so it's not impervious. I've had issues with it. I've had issues with it. Sorry, I keep forgetting to change the nameplates, jeez. All right. Badger Knight, haven't had a chance to catch the stream in a while. Thanks for all the high-quality Warhammer 3 videos. Thank you for supporting, man. It does mean a lot. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, War Wagons give you consistent shooting, whereas if I have to go handgunners and huntsmen, he could just swarm them with fellbats and dogs, and it's like a nightmare. Shangar says, I'm a dentist. Are you? Right on, man. Yeah, dental stuff's always stressful, but it's very important to do. Very, very important. So let's go ahead and refresh this. That's 1-0. Oh, no. It's a Cathay player below me. I have not been able to beat Cathay with Empire. It is brutal. Oh, no. Don't give me Cathay, please. I need Melisandre to win. Oh, man. Okay. So that's Empire versus Vampire counts. Bringing up the old Sigmarite win rate. I'm trying to. Okay, so Empire versus Vampire counts. Looks good. Yep. The Minobus. Yeah, Minobus is great. All right, so yeah, we're getting there. Let's see who's winning so far. So some familiar faces. I know we have Wood Elves down here. A little bit of action going there. Hadri's winning a Corn Mirror match. T-Rex with Grabbers. Kark with the W over Ulrich Rahl. Wow. So Vampire Counts winning on the top side. So I'm more than likely going to have to play Vampire Counts if I do make it that far. We have Roflin versus Reginald Puggington. That's probably a turbo sweat matchup. They're both really, really high-level players. So the next match is going to be the Celestial Lake, which is very cool. It's a beautiful Cathay map. Beautiful Cathay map. Cathay, I would say, is a hard counter against the Empire. Like a hard counter. They're like it's even worse dwarves. It's like dwarves that actually have magic and mobility. Yeah, it's rough. I mean, let me look at the win rates real quick and see what it looks like for this season. It's probably not a matchup that's super common. Yeah, Empire versus Grand Cathay. Yeah, it slightly favors Grand Cathay from what I can see. Maybe? I don't know. It's weird. I wonder how they're doing that. Cathay is mid-tier in Dom, but top tier in land battles, yeah. The land battle meta is definitely very different. It's definitely very different. Tomb King's rocking a 69% win rate right now. Damn. It's pretty insane. Take a look at the stats, guys. So, here we are. Tomb King's strongest faction. This is very accurate right here. Like, these are the 3 most broken factions in the game that have terrible balance. And the reason why, for several of them at least, Tomb Kings, it's this their healing, right? They just have so much healing. And for the Warriors of Chaos, it's Hellstriders and Horsemen. And for Slaanesh, it's Hellstriders. Yeah, and just broken army passives and abilities, but Norska is very strong. I think Norska is fine though. Norska has their bad matchups. They're top tier, but yeah, when and if Horsemen get nerfed, they'll be more balanced. Like Horsemen, you notice all the Marauder Horsemen factions are just like pretty strong in general. The ones that have javelins, but the ones without them, except Tzeentch. I don't know what the hell is going on with Tzeentch. Like last season, Tzeentch had like a crazy good win rate. It was like 55-60%. Now Tzeentch is just like down in the pits of hell, dude. I don't know who's banished them. I do not know who's been giving Tomb Kings the business. Yeah, so Tomb Kings are pretty gross. They're pretty gross. If you guys like haven't seen why Tomb Kings are so good, let me go ahead and show you. So let me switch this. So let's load in here. I'm going to a custom battle real quick. Probably going to meet the end of the Sigmarite run at the hands of Grand Cathay. Maybe I'll scheme a build too. But anyways, let's go to versus AI and load in Tomb Kings. Because like, it's all percentage-based healing. That's what basically did it, right? What the hell is this? Did you see that? Was I able to like load in with that Lord? Okay, well anyways, let's get Cetra. And all these different units, right? Oh god, it's Grand Cathay. Oh god. Not Cathay. It's Grand Cathay. Oh no. How do I beat Grand Cathay with Empire? Without artillery cheese and it going very well for me. Okay. No, not Grand Cathay. Anyone but them. Alright. So we gotta play Grand Cathay and we're on Celestial Lake, which is, we're actually, it's really funny because we're facing the map creator on their own map. So Medley made this map and won the map making contest with this. Moffat has been playing less Tzeentch, so the win rate is down. Oh, Greatswords do not work, dude. They get shot to pieces. Yeah, it's ugly. They work in like weird loose engagements, but yeah, Nest of Bees. We need the Nest of Bees, 100%. So, man, I got to go to the drawing board on this one, guys. Mordor start with Demis. Oh, that's so janky, Hadries. This is like my designed build here. I mean, this feels so janky. Empire versus stronger Empire. Melonhead says, that's the neat part. You don't. Or no, Hayden does, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do this. I'm not sure. Faith, steel, and gunpowder. Okay, so we need to have a little bit of everything, huh? Is that what you guys are saying? A little bit of faith, a little bit of steel. Flagellants? Oh my god. Flagellants will literally do like 10% damage against a Jade Warrior. I think when you meant flagellant, you meant War Wagon mortars is what you meant. Well, Demogryphs might be okay, but they're also going to get shot pretty heavily by cannons, right? Like, Cathay has really good Grand Cannon action, so that could be very problematic. All right. Talk about home turf advantage. I know, we're facing the map maker, which I love. I think that's really fun. So let's get you. Do this. Looks good to me. Empire versus the guy, she says, you not to worry about, yeah. Yeah, that's basically what's happening here, guys. It's okay. I'm going to try something completely different and new, maybe. Or maybe I'll bring, like, hints of my old style builds and see what we can do. Mortars, gunpowder, and cap. War Wagons are probably still okay. I think War Wagons could do reasonably well, so. They could do reasonably well. I have to play the map, I feel. Yeah, maybe I gotta play the map. Try some funny business. Okay. Volkmar the Grim in this matchup, how is he? How is the Grim himself? Is he going to be doing work? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Gotrek Garnison probably doesn't feel very good. Cathay's fighting line is just so crazy, and they're like, if you try and bring handguns against them, you typically have a pretty bad time because their crossbows give you the dirty. They definitely give you the dirty. All right, let's summon you guys in. Looks good. Cathay's probably going to have a lot of cannons, I would wager. Cannons are very good as well. Volkmar does like very poor armor piercing damage, and like Cathay's whole roster is armor piercing, so I'm kind of like, I feel like that's not super great. It feels a little bit janky to me. Grenade launchers against Cathay also don't work super well. Yeah. I don't know, War Wagons. Yeah, War Wagons can snipe their Dragon-Blooded Shugengun Lord, and you can also snipe their Jade Lancers, their Peasant Horsemen, a couple different units like that, right? So I think that's maybe, there's maybe a little something to be had there. We're going to try something real crazy, though. I always come at Cathay as though it was Dowie without Slayers. Yeah, well, that's the problem. Empire loses the Dwarves super hard, too, so... So that whole school of thought's kind of like, oh, it's a little rough. We could actually try one of you guys. That might not be bad. Okay, I think I might be onto something here. I think we might be onto a little something. Yeah, no, Cathay's good. Cathay's a strong faction for sure. Felix Jaeger doesn't feel like a great choice to me. And then we have a little bit of money left here. Let's get some of you guys coming out. Huh. You know, that's probably, this guy's probably just straight up better in every way. Yeah, probably just better in every way. Yeah, okay. All right, boom and boom. God damn, he's a little more expensive though. All right, almost ready, ladies and gentlemen. Almost ready. This build is just weird as hell. This is a weird build. But you guys are gonna love it. This is like totally off the rails. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, the Demi Pug, he needs to be moved. There you go, Wookie. The Demi Pug Knight. All right. What do you think about the Empire vs. Malians matchup? You mean Holy Roman Empire vs. Malians? Because that's basically what that is. Yeah, Malians are a lot of fun. They definitely have they have this point of weakness. I feel like if you can get to late game with them, you can do pretty well. But generally speaking, yeah, it's a little stressful. God, my units just like bounce off the Cathay units like so hard. It's so brutal. Okay, so we got you guys. Do we need any Vanguard options? Not really. Okay. Do we have any sort of sneaky business that we could play? I don't know. Do I want to try and be sneaky? I feel like sneaky business always like fails. It's like you think it's going to work and then just nothing works. You just pay the price. You pay the troll toll. 1,400 on these guys. Maybe a little bit of that. A single one of these could be moderately useful for maybe diving and harassing, perhaps. Okay, I don't hate that idea. I don't hate that. Cavalry Doomstack against Grand Cathay? I don't know how well that would work. It probably wouldn't work that well, honestly. Yeah, it'd probably be kind of rough. All right, guys. I feel like this is going to go horribly. Oh, this is going to go so bad. Oh, my God. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the world as you know it. That's funny. Malians in AoE 2 don't really want to go late game. Interesting. Yeah, Malian late game in Age 4 is pretty good because you can just get like tons of gold. Yeah, you can get tons of gold. All right. Well, this map actually has some decent play against cannons because the map maker, my opponent, put in some trees that can protect you from cannons. So, yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Should be interesting. This is fine, guys. This is fine. The one faction I didn't want to run into, Grand Cathay. I would probably rather play Dwarves than Grand Cathay because at least Dwarves you can bring your Hellstorm rocket battery safely because they can't fly over and drop magic on them. Yeah. Greatsword wagons, there's actually not a single wagon in my build. I have greatswords and handgunners. I'm going back to Warhammer 1, ladies and gentlemen, with Demogryph Knights. It is the most Bronzodia build you could possibly imagine. This is a bronze master build for sure. Yeah. Greatswords, wagons? Yeah, no. Yeah, can we have like war wagons that like carry greatswords in the side? So the greatswords are like riding and they just are like swinging with their Javai as we go by. Just taking out Cathay troops. Yeah. This is a pretty jank build, but I think it might surprise my opponent. I don't know. We'll see. It depends if they were listening to the stream or not. If they were listening to the stream, I might be dead. Which is whatever. Turn without wagons? Yeah, no, this is a boomer build. This is a Warhammer 1 build. Yeah. If CA added tabletop melee wagons, the Empire would have encounters to dwarves and Cathay. Yeah, that'd be so cool. Like just guys with halberds like riding in wagons and just like getting in there. So check it out. So we have a greatsword battle line because greatswords are super badass. We're gonna like be really cagey with them here. Like so. And like so. And then we have handgunners, and handgunners here. We're just gonna like move those up on the side. We have a couple outriders with the long rifles. I'm like, screw it, let's try some cool shit today, man. Let's have some fun. We have a single Demogryph Knight to kind of hold this, and this one's Chad Spearman's gonna go get my home objective here. It's his job, it's his duty. Well, made it to round 2. Hey, congrats, man. Congrats. We have Demi Halberds to deal with Jade Lancers and stuff, yeah. Caster here, all that sort of good stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is gonna go be a disaster. But like maybe if the terrain favors me and like they can't get good shots here, I could be okay. I don't know how these things are gonna do either. I mean, they do have 130 range. All right, so let's see what this looks like. And then you guys can start moving up here. Get you coming here, and what do we have in the back? Is that the terracotta ROR? Oh, very cool. And it looks like it's gonna be Grand Cannons. Okay. So we could probably hide from the Grand Cannons, to be honest. And let's get you guys like parked over here. Get you guys holding this. So I think my game plan is like good. Not sure. We have the Terracotta Sentinel creeping around, and I should be able to hold on to the side point. I do have the Dwellers below. Do I want to pop this right now? Yeah, let's get a big surplus of magic. And yeah, the Terracotta Sentinel is actually not bad against Empire, but I can just like keep my Outriders out of range of it and just hopefully get some value. So greatswords are on their way up, and it's going to be Peasant Archers. Okay. Looking good. Demis in group 4. Demis can come chill in the tree line here. So the Spearmen have made it up. They're going to be holding on to that point here as the Outriders move to the side. And Cathay is probably going to do like a frontal press, I would imagine. It looks like it. And yeah, see the Dragon-Blooded Lord here? Like there's no way, Empire, it's impossible to protect your artillery against that stuff. So look, the map. Medley's going to go change the map after this if I win. It'll be like, okay, we have to make sure the Empire can't hide from us next time. All right, so Spears are chilling on the point, and we're moving up with a pretty aggressive army here. We do have the Dragon-Blooded Lord looking to cause some problems. And Demis are on the standby. Could be some troll units. We'll have to see. What we can do is we can get the General of the Empire to move up as well and like kind of hold here. All right, so what do we have here? Cathay, Jade Warriors. Let's get you behind the tree here. We can move the greatswords up now and get them like, I'd like to get them like fighting in the tree line over there. That'd be really nice. And we can get one handgunner right here, one handgunner in the tree line, and the other one can be just kind of like chilling a little bit more deep set. Although maybe back here is good too. Yeah. All right. So very, very cagey play here, basically. We're going to try and force them to overextend into our territory. And let's get a Pistolier. Move them up into the forest here for a little bit of funny business. And what are those? Those are peasant archers back there? Okay, so the peasant archers are a little bit of a pain. Let's get some demis to move up on the side, and we can summon in some basic cavalry as well. So let's get those moving up. Looks good. And pull them back here. You gotta play the terrain pretty heavily. So let's get great swords moving up, great swords moving up. Dwellers just gonna be chilling here. And the pistoliers can move up on the back and hopefully cause some problems. We'll have to see. Okay, so there's some Iron Hails there. So let's get you guys shooting at the Iron Hail gunners that are hiding in the bushes. Demis can come chill here. And we can also Dwellers below those things if need be. So yeah, we got the home point, which is good. And let's get you guys going there. Looks nice. Handgunners doing their thing. And honestly, we should have some decent trades here. We should have some decent trades. Those Iron Hails haven't crept out yet, and we could do a Dweller's Blow, but I feel like it's not worth it on the peasants here. And both of these guys can start shooting. We want the Demi Halberds to intercept that big boy if we can. And the home objective is ours. Let's get you guys down and under. I think you're going to be more useful over here. And shoot and shoot. So let's go ahead and get some DAC into that bad boy as the demis are able to chill in the trees a little bit. All right, so we don't want to get our shots reflected back at our guys, so we're going to do as much damage as we can and then demi them. So, all right, so guns and guns. Shoot here. Get you guys blasting out there. Looking good. Empire Knights can come around the side. And, yeah, demis with lances are on their way. So we'll drop an Earthblood and a Dweller's Blow probably on those guys in a second, if possible. The Great Swords of Sigmar are actually holding reasonably well. So we need to make sure these Iron Hails get taken out as the demis with the anti-large are able to jump on these guys. Let's keep the shooting going here. And we need to summon in some reinforcements now. So let's get some more demis. All right, demis, let's get up here and party. Come join the fun. All right, so those Iron Hails are offline. Very good. And the big Terracotta's getting a little bit worked up here. Definitely taking some damage. And we did manage to get one of the Cathay cannons. So one Cathay cannon is offline. So that's actually a big win for us. The fact that we're able to butter them up. And those are fake halberds, I think. I do not think they're real. Empire Knights, get into the Jade Lancers here. Let's pull back, pull back. Get these Outriders coming up and have them position here. Hopefully we can move through. And the Great Swords are actually defeating. Whoa, look at these Great Swords! The Chad Swords of Sigmar! And this one haggard guy here is just doing the work, man. Causing a lot of havoc. Okay, so I need to stay focused in this engagement here. So those demis, the anti-large ones, kind of got taken out. But let's get over here and start shooting at... yeah, maybe back here we go. So, yeah, we need to just run for now here. And the other demis, let's get those guys around the back. And how are we holding on to the point? It looks like we're holding okay, but we might have just blundered our Jade Wizard. Let's get our regrowth here. Should be nice. Anti-large demis, let's go. Handgunners back. Handgunners back. Empire Knights can get ready to continue intercepting here, although we need to just kill this big monster. We definitely need to. The Great Swords are holding on reasonably well. I'm pretty impressed with them so far. Outriders, bad positioning here. Anyways, let's start shooting here on these guys. And get you guys back, and it looks like the big Terracotta's in a little bit of danger. And the summons should be wearing off now as well. All right, that's good. All right, so what do we have? Do we have any more good infantry that can come up? Yeah, let's get these Sterling's Revenge. I should have vanguarded them. That was a little bit of a mistake. No problem, though. Looks like we are dragging down the beast. Are we out of range here? It looks like we are. So the anti-large demis are doing good. And the value trading is starting to favor Grand Cathay. It's typically how this goes. It's pretty rough. But the guns are doing the work. And looks like this Dragon-Blooded Lord might come in here. But the demis should be able to drag all these guys down, I think. All right, let's go hunt here. Get these Outriders on their way. And did I bring Zentler's Reichsguard? I think I did. Okay, so looks like the big beast is fallen, which is great. We have the home objective, and yeah, the cannons are offline, so the value actually is more even, probably considering the cannon situation. But yeah, you see the Great Swords eventually just kind of falter, which is rough. Yeah, they eventually just faltered. All right, so what are these? These are Celestial and Ancestral Warriors? Okay, those are fake warriors. So we have a little bit of time since we have a value lead, so we just want to pull back and be very, very cagey here. And do I want to do anything on their home objective? Yeah, all my Great Swords are routed. That's a bit of a shame. Cathay has definitely taken over in that regard. All right, so let's head these guys off, pull back here. Let's get the Zentler's Reichsguard Knights to just chase them down, make sure they don't get into our formation. All right, let's pull back the guns, do this. And we do have Sterling's Revenge. Also, Demogryph Knights trapped in, you know, fake halberd summons is not good either. All right, so let's position you guys here. And I need to start unsummoning halberds if I can. Great Swords can move up, start pushing onto the point. And it looks like we peeled a fair amount of these units here. Cathay's not making any play for the backfield, though. All right, so that's good. You guys move that way. Let's just hustle, try and get away from that vortex right there. Unsummon some beat handgunners if we can. And, okay, good. It just got Sterling's Revenge a little bit. And you guys can shoot here. Great Swords move up through the bushes. Empire Knights can surge around the back. Let's get you guys going around the back, you guys around the back, and then you guys can just move up, start shooting these Jade Lancers here, and getting you guys as well. All right, so Great Swords, do I unsummon them or send them back in? That's That's kind of the tough question here. That is the tough question indeed. So now I think we could even save up for like a big like Hellstorm rocket battery type thing. Yeah, we could try a little bit of funny business. Who knows? Yeah, man, Cathay just trades so well into these type of units though. All right, back into the archers. And our cavalry blob is maneuvering around the side. Let's like start diving into the backfield a little bit. These great swords can go here. Maybe we move and like transition over to that side point here instead and summon out the Sunmaker. We still have time. It's not like this game's like over or anything. These are just peasant archers. Yeah, these are just peasant archers. So let's just ride them down. Should be able to hold that. Great swords come here. Great swords come here. Get you guys going that way. Screw this point. What are we even fighting here? Okay, so we have the Zentler's Reichsguard. Let's get him up here. Just do like a big blob push. Oh, that was really sloppy. Letting all my cav get caught there is like super bronze. Yeah, I don't have any like heals for him either. All right, we'll jump into those guys. Very, very terrible play. All right, so Crane Gunner's back there. We are getting those guys shut down. What can I summon? Yeah, I think it's got to be the Sunmaker, guys. I think it's got to be the Sunmaker. We have to make the rain fall on them. That is for sure. These two Outriders were definitely a weaker element of the build. Let's drop the heal here. It doesn't feel really good. So we just fell behind pretty hard in value back here. Cathay's whole army is kind of chilling over there. Let's get great swords moving up. So you guys move up to this point. Yeah, we got to hold this point. We're probably going to lose this one, actually. He's probably going to flip. Sterling's Revenge, get back. We need to make the rain come and get some work done. All right, so how are we looking here? A couple handguns on their way over. Zentler's Reichsguard need to be unsummoned, or we could dive back here into the backfield looking for cannons and things like that. And are we going to hold on to this one? Maybe. Great swords are still there. We are getting the Sunmaker volleys now. Okay, the control groups are really, really awkward here. Oh, gotta fix that. All right, let's unsummon these guys. Just absolute useless. I thought they would be okay, but they definitely didn't serve their purpose. All right, guys, knock them off the point. Make it rain. And obviously, there's going to be a dive back here. I do have some Empire Knights to defend this, so I'm going to wait for the cost to go down, and my opponent can't react as quickly. And boom. So we pop that, and we just head off those peasant horsemen. No problem. All right. So shooting looks good. And shoot these guys. Just blast these guys. You guys can shoot here. Maybe we'll be able to get this point back. I do have a Dwellers below, so I'm going to go drop it on these gunners over here, I think. Oh, it's such a hard matchup, man. I felt like the opening was good, but very, very map dependent, obviously. But yeah, we'll get a Dweller on, what is that, a cannon back there? All right, maybe we can get that with our beat up Reichsguard Knights. That would actually be very nice. Crane Gunners that look to have used most of their ammo. Is there any way we can get back in this game? I feel like we're just so far behind. All right, so let's drop a Dwellers on these guys. That's going to be very cost effective. We should be able to take them down. And okay, so we're starting to push Cathay off the point a little bit. Let's continue just nuking these Jade Warriors. Let's get you back. We got our Empire Knights taking them apart. Handgunner line doing okay. And so what else can we summon here that would actually be good? I don't know how well the Demis did. I'd be curious to see the data on that. We did get a Dwellers and take that unit off now. And Empire Knights, my opponent trying to force micro those through. Thankfully, the Empire Knights do have the proper aggro on them. What are these here? Handgunners? Yeah, handgunners against spears. Lovely. Gotta love it. All right, so they're getting forced off the point. So we should be able to get that one back. The question is, how do we lose our Lord and lose the game? We just stop paying attention to it for a second. All right, in the backfield, what do we want to summon? Let's get some Lance Demis, because they're actually okay against infantry. And the home objective is ours again, which is nice. All right, so shoot, and let's blast here. Crossbow shooting through trees. It looks like there's going to be some more cavalry coming in, so let's have them intercept here. It's going to be Empire Knights versus Jade Lancers. And we got the home objective. Thankfully, our Lord did come back, so we can have him heal himself here. All right, so moving up, guns going, guns ablazing. Let's go after you guys, have a little bit of a shootout here. Handgunners can keep putting firepower into the Jade Lancers. Is there any way to scrap this back? I'm so far behind right now. We do have the enemy Lord coming in to troll my artillery. Oh, wow, actually, never mind. Attacking Demis? Okay, I'm down to party. Let's do that. And, yeah, in the back, looks like I did slip up here. So this did get caught, and we have some Empire Knights that can maybe get it. That's the one thing you always got to watch out for, like, a couple Haggard units, the ones that get away, the survivors. Yeah, so Crane Gunners, Empire Knights into Jade Lancers with Handgunner support, not terrible. You guys maybe just ride these units down. And, okay, that ability doesn't do much against, like, Demi-type units, so we should be okay to just drop, like, a fat heal here to get both these units. All right, so let's get into the tree line. We got the objective. The Sunmaker is still online. It's pretty much full firing capacity. Empire Knights can just run these guys down. Looks like they're going to pull back here at this point. Okay. Crane Gunners there. And, yeah, getting that side objective, it just feels like there's no way to do it. This Cathay shooting is just so good. They're going to be able to hold us back all day, like all day, every day. Is there any sort of, like, weird Vanguard shenanigans I could do? Not really. They're getting too close to winning. Dude, this matchup is just so freaking hard for the Empire. And we're playing a very good Cathay player too. Like, I've been able to do it against like Cathay players who aren't as good as me. But against people who know what they're doing, it's very tough. Okay, so where do we go? Do we want more demis? Yeah, sure, why not? Great. The Greatsword opening was okay, actually. Like, there was a little bit of something to be had from that. All right, so let's move you guys up. Looks like Cathay still has a lot of shooting. We're pulling in the back here. Gonna try and get some pressure in the backfield. We'll pop a Dwellers if we have to. Oh yeah, Cathay's really good. They're a good faction to learn if you want to like play like Empire style, but you want to have like a little bit more of a less glass cannon-y time. Because Empire is just super glass cannon. They everything is just so finicky on them. All right, so just keep creeping around in the backfields. Let's drop another Earthblood here. We have some Jade Lancers, which I'll happily go fight. And the Sunmaker is making it rain on these infantry. Let's get the General of the Empire moving up. We have to go for like a bit of a desperate triple cap situation here, essentially. How's the Sunmaker doing? It doesn't seem to have gotten too much crazy value. So the Greatswords are on their way up, and let's go ahead and summon another unit. We have to just play for the triple cap right now. I guess a second Greatsword, but it's gonna take too long. I feel like I might be able to wrestle that point back, maybe. How are we looking back here? The demis do give the business to Jade Lancers, but really not even that quick. Like, you think they would be much better here, but their demis are just kind of a weird unit. All right, so moving up. Let's go get on these peasants. Run down the peasants' Greatswords, and we can just hammer these guys really quickly. Handgunners moving up. Maybe we go like crossbows of our own. I wonder if that's a way of doing it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Cannons are shooting into the demis now. They've only gotten 4,200 value. 1,000 value, give or take, though. I really like the experimentation of the build. But you can't, like, the staying power of Grand Cathay is too strong. Yeah, obviously Sunmaker, who cares if it dies? It already used all its ammo, so. Alright, so these guys have buckled. Let's move up onto this point, and what do we have? Some Empire Cap here, Jade Lancers versus Peasant Spears. Always a fun time. Alright, you guys run into these. Great Swords move up. Yeah, Jade Warrior Halberds, like, you can't really give Great Swords missile resist, right? How do you make them, like, better in this situation? They just get shot to pieces in every, like, or out-traded by Monstrous Infantry in, like, every matchup. All right, let's drop another heal. Get a little lovin'. One last time. Charge these peasant archers. And what do we got in the backfield? Grenades? Probably is it. GG, well played to my opponent. Played a very good game. So now we're going to go ahead and jump and cast other factions. Cathay can lose against more melee-focused factions. That can like kind of grind them down and like play that grind game with them. But yeah, that's very, very tough. I literally am like 0-5 against Cathay with Empire. I don't think I've ever beaten them in a tournament. But how did the Greatswords do? Initially, I was very happy with their opening. I was very, very happy. Its damage output relies heavily on its range units. But okay, I lost track of your conversation there, Puggington. No, Flagellants are dog shit against. Yeah, I mean, we even killed the Terracotta. We had some good value trading. The Terracotta getting brought down. The Handgunners actually didn't do badly. Some of them did get summoned twice, but I mean, 1,000 value was good. Greatswords still, like, even though they won their fights, they didn't quite pay for themselves. This was a big weak link in my build. Maybe if I cut these guys and get more Greatswords, like more pushing power on that right side. The demis were also pretty bad. Like, I probably wouldn't bring the demis again. Maybe one Demigryph as a sweeper in the backfield. Maybe one. But I think we're on to something with the Greatswords. But again, it's map specific. The only reason the Greatswords worked okay is because of the tree line. If that had been open field, they would have been shot to pieces. No, War Wagons don't work that well because Grand Cathay cannons kill them, and Iron Hills will shoot them to pieces with, you know, it's just, they have Crane Gunners, they have Jezzails, so Jezzails can shoot your wagons too. No, that wouldn't work, McBradsword, I don't think so. I mean, maybe you spam Greatswords and just try and stuff them with Empire Knights and things like that, so we'll theorycraft the build a little bit, for sure. Well played to our opponent. GG, well played. Tried a new build. Okay, next round. All right, so we'll cast some more games. We're going to cast up until the bitter end because it's really not that many matches. So spec code for next lobby, please. All right, so Medley's going to give us a spectator code, and we'll follow Grand Cathay's journey. Yeah, they did get Last Samurai a little bit. So let's theorycraft this. The Dwellers is obviously just a busted spell, so you probably, if you're playing hyper competitive, you would wanna do that. So maybe Dwellers. And then Earthblood plus Dwellers is good. Do we max out on Greatswords? What do you recommend for Tomb Kings? Fighting things hiding in trees? Just play the objectives. Unless, are we talking about like land battles? Okay, so I can actually bring 5 greatswords. I can bring 5 greatswords. So maybe that's the way. 5 greatswords. The handgunners, they did okay there. I guess if we have, as long as the peasants are shut down somehow, maybe with like a dwellers or the bows is what I'm saying. Opening with Sunmaker is a little bit too risky, but the old meta against Grand Cathay, I have beaten them before, but it depends on the map. If you're on like a map with choke points, you can beat them using Sunmaker spam. A good Franz outplay? No, Franz wouldn't be good at all there. He would get just sniped by Iron Hails all day. It would just be horrific, and he would get slowed by Storm of Shadows. This is my old build against Cathay, which is very cheesy. Empire versus Grand Cathay. It's like this. So you go triple Hellstorm, you win the artillery trades, Cathay advances on you, and when they come in with their lord to cheese your artillery, you net them and kill them with guns and shooting. If you fail to do that, cheese their lord, you lose the game. But if you succeed, you win the game. It's more of a dice roll build. It's like just a complete dice roll build. Yeah. Yeah, the Jades hold them off very efficiently for sure. Yeah, they do. All right, so let's get into the next game. GG to my opponent. Great match for sure. Let's go look at the brackets really quick, and we will get these scorecards updated. Okay. No, Franz is a good lord. Franz is good. He's solid. Magic damage, good combat stats, 2 pretty good items. Okay, so we actually have Kark versus Hadri's up top. Ooh, let's see this. Hadri's, you guys start. Wow, are we going to have Khorne and Grand Cathay meet in the grand finals today? That would be really cool. That would be a really, really different kind of pacing of things, which is super exciting. I think you need to kill Cathay range first. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I think maybe Sunmaker cheese is the best way to do it. Now, the 1 or 2 times I have gotten them, actually, now that I remember, was with Hellstorm Rocket Battery cheese. Yeah, because like that annihilates Cathay. And if you're able to protect them, you can still win. Yeah. Yeah, Lord Shadow's Mage could be good. Yeah, this is good, but only works on certain maps. Yeah, it's a very map-specific thing. All right, let's see here. Lag. All right, so we'll try and cast Hadri's and Kark's game. I know it's America connecting to Korea in that bracket. So we'll, if it lags, we'll just jump out and let them play until we get to the grand finals, and we'll cast the other side. All right, let's see. How far am I off my glorious avatar? I almost got the Sigmar 51 here. Let's see here. Where is it? Empire. So this is Total Tavern. The more tournament games you win and play on the website, even in the beginner tournaments, you can unlock these. Okay, so we have the Greatswords. 38 matches, guys. 2 more wins, and we get the Demogryph, we get the Steam Tank, and we get the Black Lions. And then we just need to win a couple more, and we'll or 10 more games after that, and we get access to Karl Franz and the Emperor and everything. Okay. I got to start playing in more tournaments again. I think you can beat Cathay. I think you can. We got to theory craft it. We got to theory craft it for sure. Bellicor is just a little bit busted, Jonas, in general. Yeah, he's a little bit OP. All right, cool. So we got a game. Let's go ahead and join it. And join with code. I really like these like fast-paced single faction tournaments. Like they're over in like 3 hours. It's like not like a long grinding tournament experience for everyone. I think they're really fun. And you get to see people play things they really enjoy, like their mains, and they get to shine, right? Like whenever I play in best of 3 tournaments, people just ban Empire. You know, people usually ban your mains. They try to. Hadri's versus Kark. Vampire Counts versus Khorne. This is pretty hyped. It's a matchup you don't see terribly often. Excuse me. What do you recommend for Ogres versus Empire? Lead Belchers are pretty good. It depends on the map. Empire has good options against Cathay, but being a Cathay main, I will not reveal them. Yeah, that's fine, Infirmum. I think I'll figure it out. Like, I haven't... It's a matchup I just try and avoid. Maybe like a Balthazar Gelt build might not be bad. I really like them. Way easier to get into than the ones that take all day. For sure, Reginald. For sure, I agree. Maybe you could do Balthazar Gelt Plague of Rust build and just like have your... Oh, wait a second. What about Greatswords? Like 5 Greatswords backed up by a bunch of Empire crossbowmen backed up by Balthazar Gelt, Plague of Rusting targets and focus firing them down, killing the Iron Hails, killing their crossbows with your crossbow fire. It still seems dicey because Cathay has the Jade Warrior crossbows with the shields. So they're going to just trade so well into you. Yeah. This matchup should be unwinnable for Khorne if the Vampire Counts bring a good build. Reginald has kind of changed a little bit. A couple Khorne players have found some magical techs. So we'll have to see what's going down. Thank you guys all for joining. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun for sure. And yeah, life's good, man. Life's good. Nothing like hanging out with all my friends here on a nice rainy, cozy afternoon here. Oh, you get to see a new map, the Lost Temple of Sotek. Yes, this is exciting. Why is Slaanesh 3-6 against Ogre Kingdoms? It was probably from the beginner tournament, I would guess, and it just doesn't get played much outside of that. Do you have any tips for Lizardmen? I'm not that good at Lizardmen. I'm trying to learn them, but honestly, Rev Crystals are really damn good. Every Rev Crystal charge is like, what, 0.5% of their HP? Yeah, every Rev Crystal charge you use is a 10% of something's total HP. So if you go double Rev Crystal plus like some sort of a scary dino, like a Dread Saurian, 10% HP on a Dread Saurian is like, what, 1200, 1500 HP per heal, which is crazy. Yeah, what about 5 Greatswords in a town of Cav? It could work, yeah. It could work. There's all kinds of cool ideas. Celestial Dragon crossbows are okay. I don't think you need them. Not against... Empire doesn't have super heavy armor outside of their cavalry, so... I'm glad you're playing the map. Yeah, they're going to do it, which I'm totally happy about. We got you, Bob. We got you. Yeah, it's a fun tournament. I mean, we've been going for not that long, and it's almost over. Yeah, we're like almost at the grand finals, and we started what, like, how long have we been streaming? Literally an hour and a half. That's perfect. Literally an hour and a half. So, a couple big events coming up, by the way, guys. If you head to Total Tavern, this is tonight's tournament. Just a fun one for people to get some reps in. Tomorrow, Anticity is hosting his World Championship qualifier. I think he's going to try and change the maps, which is cool. But yeah, you can see a lot of people signed up here. Very, very neat. And you can try and qualify for the World Championship. We have a couple more. Human Boy has his. The War Games Institute, I believe, is it says. Oh yeah, this is like Asian time zone, I guess is what that means. I'm not sure, but yeah. It's going to be pretty hype. You can follow all the action on Total Tavern. You can see what's going on. You can see who the top players are. Looking at the leaderboard really quick, let's see. We got what? Iron Hail Gunners. Yeah, they're very good. They're very, very good. Yeah, Reginald, I had some success with him recently, but it was also against Kislev, so it's not like a huge accomplishment. So currently we got Voidlaws as our top ranked player. He's literally 19 wins and 1 loss. Who actually beat Voidlaws? Oh, he lost to Ranger. Yeah, Ranger is a really, really high-level Korean player. Yeah. Let's keep looking here. Platypus is ranked number 2. Moffat number 3. Ulrich, Subutai. This is the true Bretonian right here. I know he's a fan favorite. Hadri's right here, one of our great champions. Hadri is absolutely crushing it right now. He's currently sitting at 15 wins and 2 losses. Man, what a beast. Sandwich, Berserk. Yeah, you can see a lot of people won tournaments. Zyphos got a tournament win pretty early, and these are folks who are kind of on their way up. Another Chad Empire main. This is where us Empire mains sit. We sit around 60% because we play bad factions, but, you know, we try our best. All right, cool, man. Cool. Let's get it going. Moffat, once again, not losing a single game. Falcon doesn't really enjoy it. Yeah, I think he doesn't enjoy domination a ton. Might also be that he doesn't want to learn a new game mode after spending so much time in, the previous game. He still plays casually, I think. I don't think he even plays in land battle tournaments. I think he just plays amongst friends, which is great. Yeah. The true Bretonian, I gave him a custom Green Knight avatar because he was the Chad who brought Bretonia back into the meta. So he certainly deserved it, I would say. Certainly deserved it. So Decayed Divinity asking about land battles. Friends keep parking 2 Hellfire cannons in the trees, blocking my artillery and range. See, that's the problem with land battles is people will camp in the forests and things like that, or camp in the corners. If you're just playing casually with your friend, usually like most tournaments we played Divinity, there's rules where you can't camp, like you can't camp your army in the forest. Yeah. It depends. I would need more details, but you could shoot me a message in Discord if you have questions. All right. Valkia. Oh my god, the Arwar Bloodthirster. Oh yeah, with Valkia. Khorne is who I wanted to play today, on top of playing the Empire. Khorne, I feel confident I can beat a lot of factions with Khorne. Dark Elves are a hard one, though. But Khorne is pretty damn good. They're not bad. I know they only have a 45% win rate, but that's not... They have good matchups, for sure. Will the Empire ever be, like, top-tier competitive? Probably not. It's just the nature of the roster, and I don't see Creative Assembly making great efforts to, like, change that. Which is okay. Empire's, like, a good lower mid-tier faction, which, you know, I think is fine. If you've never seen Ranger play, he's very good. He played, if you were following the World Championship qualifiers, we've had players from all over the world playing in those, which is very exciting. Yeah, Khorne's pretty good. I really like Khorne. They're awesome. And they're balanced, too. It's not like some, like, bullshit where, like, you know, Warriors of Chaos or whatever. Even Milk and Cookies has been converted to Dom. Yeah, has he? Has he? Is he? I know he mostly covers, like, land battles and things like that, but yeah, anyways. Or at least he used to. Khorne's Bloody Fist, the Arawar Bloodthirster. What is this thing? Gore Shell. So if he's dueling an enemy monster or anything large, he gets ward save. Valkia as well. We got Chosen of Khorne with Chad weapons. They have the dual weapons, and these guys are going to be coming in to grind down some undead. I love the build from Hadri's. I love it. Got more Marauders of Khorne, Marauders of Khorne. This is one of our new maps, by the way. This is the Lost Temple of Sotek by Bob the Builder. And it's very, very fun. Did a Tomb King's Vampire Count Zom battle earlier this week with Ranger. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's great. Yeah, he's probably casting some of the World Championship games, which is very cool. And now for the forces here of the Vampire Counts. Very much Warhammer 2 land battle-ish. Yeah, land battle-ish. Terrorgeists, Strigoi Vampire Lord coming in with the Death Shriek, the Ghoul Summon, and Invocation. No Winds of Death, though. It's certainly going to hurt. Horde Ascension is very good against Khorne if it can avoid getting sniped, killing the elite Khorne infantry, cryptors, and zombies. So that is going to be that. Yeah, I really like this map. Hey, Zyphos and I played it the other night and tested it out, and it's a really, really good one for sure. Awesome build. You have to bring Grandfather Nurgle back to greatness. Playing Nurgle in competitive is like suffering. I mean, you can win, but it's just such an uphill battle. Yeah, this map is good for both factions. I would say Vampire Counts would like this map. Lizardmen actually really like this map too. And it is a Lizardman kind of themed map, which is pretty neat. Valkia the Bloody is going to be lurking here with her Khorne's Bloody Fist, looking to do battle here with the Terrorgeist. I think Valkia's Goon Squad would for sure win this duel. Granted, these Terrorgeists are anti-large, but Valkia most likely has the Demon Shield. No, she doesn't. Okay, so dueling's going to be a little bit more precarious. Is he going to be getting Sleipnir down the line and just trying to wreck the Skeleton Spheres? Maybe. It looks like there's going to be more Cryptors coming out, so I would imagine Hadri's will respond with Marauder Horsemen of his own. And Khorne's Bloody Fist is looking a little bit scared here. It is on the run, but he does fire damage, which is super good. It's 22% bonus damage. So this thing's going to be hitting essentially for like almost 100 more weapon strength against these guys, which is very good. So the fight is on. Khorne's Bloody Fist going in for the kill. Attacking and getting a big hit on that Terrorgeist there. Every ounce you can get closer to the healing cap is going to be very, very good. Hey, thank you for the 2. Blood for the Blood God. All day, baby. All day. I always root against undead, even if it's my friends playing. So I'm happy to see the mortal factions or even demon factions per se doing work here. But it looks like there's going to be a bit of an Air Force duel as Hadri's gets the Khorne's Bloody Fist to get in there, and he gets another big shot. Valkia is going to be sweeping back in. Fury's intercepting the Fellbats, and Khorne's Bloody Fist is going to need a little bit of help. Valkia coming in with the steel chair from the back, getting a big surround here, beating down the Strigoi Vampire Lord, and it looks like Khorne is winning this duel up in the sky. It's actually really cool, like a Bloodthirster battling Terrorgeist and Valkia the Bloody, the mighty Valkyrie of Khorne, doing some work here. And Kark is, he has healing and Khorne does not. So that's something you have to kind of take into account here. But overall, this trade is not going well. And the Strigoi Vampire Lord, of course, is on fire, which means the healing that's coming in isn't going to be quite as effective. And we will see how they can do. Now, where are the Furies? Furies are tearing apart Fellbats. Khorne's Bloody Fist dueling like a champ. And it looks like the Strigoi Vampire Lord is going to be on the run. Hadri's has to be really careful not to overextend onto the ground, though. Because if Hadri's does chase that thing onto the ground and gets trapped in Cryptors, he basically loses the game. So Khorne's Bloody Fist, though, is getting a little bit smashed up. It's poisoned, it's shaken, but so is the Strigoi Vampire Lord. It is getting healed on the ground, like I said. Valkia trying her best to finish off this character. Very close to crumbling. Critical binding, -29. The demon is also probably going to start breaking soon. Khorne's Bloody Fist is in danger, basically trading SEMs. But, I mean, if you could trade Khorne's Bloody Fist for the Strigoi Vampire Lord, that is a huge win right there. But it looks like the Strigoi Vampire Lord maybe is going to be able to get away. Valkia is on the hunt, and it looks like the Bloodthirster is going to try and get one more attack in here, which could be pretty big. 85 HP, does he get it? Oh, he goes down before the last attack. Valkia the Bloody's on the hunt as well. Hadri's up a little bit in value. Two Fellbats are in trouble. Valkyrie the Bloody could get 3v1'd here. We'll have to see what kind of healing goes down. Invocation of Nehek is active, but it looks like the big, scary Terrorgeist here might be able to pull it out. Valkyrie does not have Demon Shield, so she's in a very, very tense situation here. I think it's probably time for Valkyrie to run and flee the scene. This this whole kind of air trade, I feel, is not going to go super well at this point. Very, very close. Very, very close. But Valkyrie needs to peace out here, get a little bit of help or something. That Strigoi Vampire Lord is just getting so much healing. Granted, she still has a lot of HP. Maybe she could do something. The thing about Valkyria that makes her very good here against Terrorgeist guys is the fact that Valkyria is infantry sized, which means neither of these gooses are getting their bonus first large, so they're having to rely on just their raw stats, which isn't bad for the Strigoi Vampire Lord. But it looks like Valkyria's trying to get away now, so that's a smart play. But I mean, look, the Vampire Lord is almost healing capped, value trading is pretty even, and Khorne almost has a triple cap here, right? So that is going to be some sort of Witchcraft. Sleipnir going down, not bad. It does kind of tickle through some of these units. We get Minotaurs of Khorne with Great Weapons. Valkyria trying to get away. Looks like she will be able to just barely escape here, as Marauders of Khorne hold on to the back point. Chosen of Khorne doing just the work, just chopping through zombies. The Necromancer is obviously in a little bit of danger. I feel like Hadri's might resummon Khorne's Bloody Fist. We'll have to see. We will have to see. Valkyria lands on the ground, trying to bait Kark onto the ground here, but Kark is not going to be taking that. Khorne does have a triple cap, though, which is huge. And, like, removing the Khornate infantry isn't going to be the easiest thing in the world, that's for sure. Mortis Engine looks like it's not quite in range of the appropriate targets. I don't think it's hitting the Chosen of Khorne right now. These Minotaurs of Khorne obviously having a little bit of a tough trade, being surrounded and attacked by two Gooses and Cryptors, all sorts of scary stuff. Valkyrie the Bloody looking to hunt here, so where is she going to be going? It looks like her and her Chaos Furies will be moving on over to Objective 3, where Khorne honestly has a pretty good stranglehold. And, you know, that is one thing I'm kind of noticing here, is Kark's build is very SEM heavy. It doesn't really have a lot of, like, good objective capturing units. What I think is really good against the forces of vampires as well, or Exalted Bloodletters. If you can avoid Winds of Death, like, those things do work. Oh my god, look at this! The Strigoi Vampire Lord summoned Cryptors! Oh my god, I forgot he could do that. If you overcast it, it summons Cryptors. So we summoned some Cryptors there on that blob, and man, oh man, that's a little bit nasty. But yeah, capture weight's an issue, guys. Marauders of Khorne are just buzzsawing through chaff. Chosen of Khorne are not being hit by this Mortis Engine, so they're able to just kind of bump and grind and just chop through all these chaff units. Valkyria landing on the ground is very risky, very, very risky. She's very trapped now. Cryptor, she might actually die, which would be pretty bad. The leadership penalty on the Khornate army would really be rough. On the other side, it looks like Kark's going to be trying to get in there with some Black Knights. Fleshhounds would be a very good response here. Fleshhounds would probably be able to hold those things off, although they do magic damage. Valkyrie the Bloody, though, is she's slippery. Relentless Rage is active, making her unbreakable for a period of time, and they're not even fighting on the objective. Minotaurs of Khorne with Great Weapons will be able to just absolutely take apart these Cryptors, and it looks like Valkyrie the Bloody is just going to be chilling in that blob and occupying a lot of those forces, because, guys, Hadri's is getting a pretty big point lead, and I mean, there's a lot of Khornate champions everywhere. A full health unit of Chosen of Khorne. A full health unit of Chosen of Khorne here, as well as Marauders. More Marauders kind of sitting on the side objective, and much of the Vampire Count infantry is actually being taken apart. Konigstein Stalkers coming in, Skeleton Spears, and Zombies. Will Khorne be able to hold on to the side point? They probably need to do everything they can to hold on to the capture points. The Vampire Count blob, obviously, making progress. Valkyrie the Bloody is broken, but she is retreating the correct direction, like back into her Minotaurs, which are taking apart these Cryptors, backed up by Marauders here. Chosen of Khorne are now getting hit by the Reliquary Corruption, so they are getting Mortis Engine, but not before they actually put some serious damage on this Necromancer. I mean, they have high weapon strength, 76, and do fire damage, so that is going to be mitigating a lot of the regeneration on these guys. Marauders heading up to head off Zombies. Chosen of Khorne just buzzsawing through even Cryptors, which is very impressive. More Marauders going to be moving onto the side point here to try and hold that. Hadri's probably knows he has to win on points, and it's just going to try and keep the Vampire Count blob off the objectives for as long as he possibly can at the expense of some of his infantry here. And the value's actually pretty close, but Vampire Counts with healing taken into account are obviously pretty far ahead, but probably about 1,500, 2,000, if not a little bit more. Khorne's Bloody Fist didn't quite get the job. I mean, if Khorne had been able to finish off the Strigoi Vampire Lord earlier, that probably would have been GG. Valkyrie is broken, trapped, can't quite escape, but it seems like a lot of the attacks from the vampires are trying to finish off Valkyrie, and they're not. So that's buying a little bit of time for the Khornate army here, as more Marauders move on to the point to maintain that capture weight over here. Seems very safe for Khorne. Khorne just dominating this point. Konigstein Stalkers have got in, but that's basically going to be free resources for Khorne. We do also have Marauders here fighting the good fight, and some Black Knights finally moving in, but they'll have trouble removing those Chosen, that is for sure. Minotaurs made it over, only a couple of them, but that's all you need. A couple Minotaurs with the Great Opens, just kind of chomping on these guys, might be able to do the trick. Hadri's scrapping super hard, showing very, very strong domination fundamentals, that is for sure. And yeah, these Khornate infantry seem to grind through a lot of these units. I think Valkyria did die though, which is going to be a big penalty. It's going to be -16. So you can see the Lord recently dying is 16. It will go down to 10 at some point. And it looks like the Vampire counts are going to be able to secure this back objective. Yeah, most of the Khorne units are routing off. There still are some Chosen here who have good capture weight. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. And I don't see Khorne holding on to that one, although they are going to be sending some Marauders over. Look at this. Oh my god, it's the Bulldog. It's the Skull Crushers. So we got the Skull Crushers of Khorne coming out. Look at that. Anti-large cav. Absolutely going to massacre these Black Knights. And then the Vampires are going to be completely swept off this objective. They're just going to get their bread buttered. And Khorne is going to be holding on to this one. Meanwhile, though, Khorne is losing this side objective here. So you can see the Vampires were able to get some heavy cav over there. And the Chosen of Khorne, I think, are still fighting. They might be able to wrestle that one back eventually, but Black Knights will be okay against them. But Khorne does manage to hold on to that one. Will Khorne be able to resecure its objective here? You know, Hadri's might be able to ninja this one back. He's got 2 Marauders here, which are both pretty healthy. They're both moving back to the point. You could also summon in some Fleshhounds, some additional troops. Kark needs to be very careful not to abandon these points too quickly. Granted, these Skull Crushers here are going to potentially be okay, but yeah, 2 Gooses going after them I think is going to be a little bit too much. I think a lot of this game was potentially dictated in that Lord fight in the beginning, which is very close. I mean, a couple more attacks on either character could have decided the game. Skull Crushers getting some nice anti-large damage. As we do get Furies coming in, Minotaurs are going to rally, but Skull Crushers really, really do want some support here. They're going to want some troops to kind of help buffer them off. We do get Furies moving in, going to be providing some DPS onto those bad boys. And Khorne actually wrestling this objective back, but Kark going to be maneuvering those units back in. Chosen of Khorne are here. And what do we have? A full health unit of Marauders. Hadri's might be able to wrestle this point back, man. And Marauders looking to move back here. Mortis Engine can't be everywhere at once. Khorne just barely holding on to this point, but it looks like the Bulldogs of Khorne are going to be routing off. Taking a look at the value on them, only about 600 so far. So a little bit unfortunate, but Furies are still getting some decent work chewing on the Dire Pack. But Hadri's is going to be resecuring his home objective, I think. And maybe he just goes for a Helm's Deep on that. It's not going to be easy with all these Black Knights around. Looking at the banked resources, Hadri's does get another summon. It's going to be Brutes of the Hound. The Arwar Berserker is very good choice considering the Lord is actually, gone at this point. We do have the Marauders here, and it looks like Kark is making the mistake of not capturing this objective. He's chasing off it a little bit with his Dire Wolves and Zombies, which might let Hadri's retain that, maybe get some Marauders back on that. Every second counts in this game. I mean, this isn't 100% over. It's certainly probably 80% over. Vampire counts being favored in that situation. Obviously, Valkia dying, the leadership penalty, the big expensive Bloodthirster that you invested in, paying the Troll Toll is a bit of a problem as well. But the Marauders of Khorne surging forth, preparing to do battle. And it looks like they never were able to get that objective back. Hadri still getting some points here on the side as he forces the Blood God move in, but more and more skeletons. It's going to be too much. The Strigoi Vampire Lord living is really it. That's what did it. It was just, it was too much. But that was a great game. Very scrappy. And look at this. Hadri's back here with some Haggard Chosen. Trying to grab it. Oh my god. So scrappy, man. Just like playing for every point, but like you can't deal with the Mortis Engine. Mortis Engine's just going to crush these Brutes of the Hound and all these different units. Cryptors will also do reasonably well against them too. Skull Crushers also didn't quite pay for themselves. Vampire counts have too many good chaff units. They really pay the Troll Toll there. And Skull Crushers moving across, maybe going to try and secure this. It still is triple cap territory. The forces of Khorne going to be getting a big charge from these Black Knights. Want to make sure you're Chosen, just kind of countercharge them if they can. They do have a charge bonus of 38, but yeah, they won't take much damage at all. Maybe a couple hundred here. Might be able to even get them. So where are these Skull Crushers going to be going? Going after the Necromancer here as the Brutes of the Hound and these different units move into the Mortis Engine. That is certainly nightmare fuel for any melee faction. Having to grind against that Mortis Engine here. And the back objective is going to be crumpled. So the Chosen of Khorne and company are gone, and that is going to be a victory for the Vampire Counts. GG, well played. Great game. It just came down to the Lord fight. That's really what it was. I really liked it, though. Maybe if he's a slightly more conservative with the Lord fight, maybe he wins that. Because honestly, everything was going pretty well for Khorne, except when that happened. And then, that kind of went south. GG, well played. Great match. Awesome stuff by both players. And we will be seeing Kark in the Grand Finals. So let's go check the tournament here and see what's going on. Dude, no worries. All right, cool. So what are we looking at here? Where is our Grand Final match? So I'm going to refresh this really quick. Great game. Well played to both players. It's a hard matchup for Khorne. It's a hard matchup one. I know, Hadri's, that sucks, man. I saw the Lord. I was like, oh, man, it's so close. All right, so Medley has a lobby, so we'll go join that. Looks like that bottom semifinal match didn't finish yet. Hadri's has joined me in playing the Haggard factions tonight. He got tired of winning tournaments, so now he's come to join me in the pits. Yeah, which is pretty hilarious. All right. So where's this? Let's spectate this. And it looks like the game's going to be starting soon. All right. Grand Cathay is here. and let's get it going. It is time. Grand Cathay will face off against the winner of the other side. I know, they must be having a duel of the ages. I don't know what's going on there. It's like, it's just Mortal Wombat. Taking a look, it looks like they finished. Like, I saw their lobby was done, so I think they must have just finished. Let's go to Discord and see. Okay. So which factions are they playing? I don't know. We're going to find out. I will be playing Company of Heroes 3. Yes, I'll be covering it. I'll be doing some tournaments, and if people actually watch it on the channel, I'll continue doing it. You know, that's how because I know I'll probably enjoy it. It's an RTS game, but it's a matter of, you know, I want you guys to enjoy it with me. So that's a big thing. So where are we at? All right, so heading to Total Tavern. Let's tag these guys. All right, outstanding. Outstanding indeed. Yeah, well, you could also nerf undead leadership. Like, if you just lowered the leadership of all undead by, like, what, like 10 or something, maybe crumbling would be more fair because they would be crumbling more often. I don't know. It's a tricky one. Yeah, I have no idea how Company of Heroes will be. I never played the previous ones. But you had plenty of time to work on your builds. That's good. Yeah, that's good. All right, so I just tagged them, Medley. I'll let you know. They just finished. All right, so sounds good. I think it's going to be Wood Elves versus Grand Cathay, actually, which on Lost Temple of Sotek could be pretty good. Wood Elves definitely have some places to hide. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I would rather play Vampire Counts than I would Warriors of Chaos, that's for sure. But that's just me. That's just me. It's something to consider banning for single faction tournaments, but I don't know. Yeah, they're pretty strong. What faction? I played Empire today. We went 2-1. We beat what did we win? We beat Demons of Chaos. We beat Vampire Counts, actually. It was a very, very scrappy game. And then we lost to Cathay. Yeah, Cathay is usually, if I can avoid Cathay and Dwarves, I can often get to the finals or semifinals with Empire, but if I have to run into them, that's usually where the road ends. Yeah, I never played Company of Heroes, actually, no. I was always more of a traditional base building RTS guy in Total War. Like, I played, I was a competitive StarCraft player, Warcraft 3 back in the day, StarCraft Brood War, Red Alert, Command and Conquer. Like, a lot of those I played just a ton. I played all the original Total War games too. Not all of them. Rome was the one I played the most. I used to love Rome Total War. I played that online a little bit, but I wouldn't say I was like amazing at it. Yeah, somebody brought they brought Red Olgor against me too. It wasn't just Demons of Chaos, it was Chad Red Olgor. Yeah. Oh, it's Bretonnia versus Grand Cathay. No, Wood Elves. Okay. I was gonna be pretty surprised. Yeah, the hardwood. It's on. Medley says I'm already ready. That's pretty funny. I had plenty of time to think of a build. Gonna need a moment. No worries. No worries. We got some time. Yeah, I played Red Alert a lot. Those games were just super fun. Really, really good matches. But yeah, we'll have to see how Company of Heroes 3 plays out. Relic, I think Relic did a good job with Age of Empires. Like, the launch was a little bit rocky, but like, the game is really fun now. It's really fun. I love Age of Empires. It's a great game. Age of Empires 4. So, I don't know if we can get some of that magic. Hopefully it has a bit of a smoother launch. Or is that like a recurring theme with Relic where it launches haggardly and then it just kind of like gets better from there? Red Alert? Oh my god, a Red Alert stream would be crazy. I don't know if I'd be interested in going back to that. No, Cathay's the flying units are okay. They're not like OP, no. Wood Elves here do have the advantage of having a lot of tree lines to work with, so they probably need to abuse the trees. That's for sure. How are land battles looking, by the way? Does anybody here like follow competitive land battles over on like Human Boys channel? Like, who are the super dominant factions there? I would probably bet Grand Cathay is really cheesy there. Because they could just like sit in a Harmony box and just cackle with their really good stats. Vampire Counts would probably just BS too in land battle with like, you know, all that sort of good stuff. Terrible launches seem to be everybody's thing these days. Yeah, I know. What is that? I guess they're just trying to get the game out quick to meet, you know, financial deadlines. Okay, so we need to change the names here. So this is going to be Medley versus. All right. There we go. I think the nameplates fit. Yeah, it looks like everything's looking good. Release game early, fix it if the game does well. Yeah. Yeah, Cathay's pretty busted in land battles, yeah. I'm just ready for Total War Warhammer 40k. Dude, I would have a full erection if that came out, like, for sure. If Creative Assembly does Total War Warhammer 40k and they launch with Death Guard, like as one of the playable factions, I will be so excited. I don't care how terrible Death Guard will be, because they probably will be. I will play the hell out of them. Because like domination mode is perfect for Warhammer 40k competitive, right? Like if you guys have ever played 40k on tabletop, it's an objective-based game. Like you have to weigh holding the objectives versus like value trading. It's like literally the same as domination. It's a perfect template. It's a perfect template. Slaanesh, Warriors of Chaos, Tomb Kings, Vampire Counts. Yeah, okay, so it's basically the same. It seems like it's a lot of the same stuff. Yeah. Dawn of War 3 was pretty sad. That was bleak as hell. Oh my god. And I felt like the game had some potential, like with some updates, but I still enjoyed playing it a little bit. You know, it was fun, but the most ridiculous thing in Dawn of War was Gabriel Angelos doing like front flips with a Thunderhammer. That was so stupid. just this like guy who's wearing thousands of pounds of like ceramite like power armor, just doing like front flips like with a hammer. It was so terrible. Yeah. Oh my god, that was so bad. Hey, yeah, we lost earlier. We went 2-1 today. Yeah, it was a pretty good run. I'm happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it. Regen on all of your units. Yeah, Necron regeneration. Yeah, that would take some effort to balance for sure. Hey, T-Rex push-ups. 40k Total War would make my decade. Thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate that. That's a really generous one. I agree 100%. We'll talk after the stream, by the way. I know T-Rex in chat wants to host some single faction tournaments, which will be great. So more of these kind of events, always welcome. And we'll have fun. Yeah. 40k would suit John more for sure. Oh yeah, 100%. Gabriel Angelos is doing like just somersaults while he tumbles in and just thunderhammers things. Yeah, I don't know. It was a shame they abandoned it. Colin Sons are your favorite. Yeah, so you like the white scars? Yeah. Is that what you're talking about? They're pretty cool. Lord of the Warhammer Rings 40k Total War. I'd be down, dude. A Lord of the Rings Total War would be, oh, that's a tough one. Okay. Yeah, Tau would be overpowered bullshit for sure. They're just like annoying. All right, so let's actually, I'm curious to see what you guys think. So which Total War game? 40k. Okay, so I'm putting some like IPs up that I think would be good, just off the top of my head. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. What would you guys want to see, like as another kind of major kind of universe? Let's see what you guys would want. So which Total War game would you guys go for? We'll leave this poll open, and we can have a discussion about it after the game's over here. That's tough. Yeah, I figured it would be between Lord of the Rings and 40k. All of them? Yeah. Age of Sigmar is probably the one I'd be least interested in, but I'd still be very happy to have Age of Sigmar Total War. Like, if we get more fantasy shit, whatever, I'm down. Like, sign me up. Lord of the Rings would be really good, though, guys. Like, imagine it'd be really good. Love Game of Thrones, but not enough faction variety. That's not necessarily, I mean, okay, so in Game of Thrones, here's the thing. Like the Stark, you have House Stark, you have the Tully, you have the House Frey, Lannisters, you have the Dothraki. So you could have like the Western Kingdoms be its own faction, but like have sub-factions, like the Lannisters and the Starks being like really unique in their style. The Dothraki, you have the Unsullied, you have like the golden host, the mercenary faction. You have the White Walkers, would just basically be your overpowered undead. The Wildlings would be a badass faction. It would be like Ogre Kingdoms mixed with like Norska. Oh yeah, dude. The Wildlings would be sick. Legend of Total War, Harry Potter Total War. That's not gonna happen. I think Game of Thrones would have plenty of faction diversity. It'd be really fun. Unsullied Unbreakable, yeah. Yeah, House Baratheon. The Ironborn would just be like, oh, that'd be so cool, yeah. There's a lot of stuff, guys. There's a lot of stuff there. That's for sure. Game of Thrones, yeah, we can finally deploy our artillery in front of our army and let them get run over. Dorne, Narth, Free Cities, yeah. Yeah, Goji's got some. That's pretty rad. It's pretty rad. Well, we'll see what happens, guys. I'm sure something of this will come. But yeah, I think 40k would be the most fun, for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's going to be Medley, the Queen of Cathay, coming in with what appears to be Miao Ying. Miao Ying, Peasant Archers. Obviously, Peasant Archers are very cheap. They have good range at 160. They could trade pretty well with lightly armored units in general, and it's going to be just a million annoying Jade Warriors with Crane Gunners in the back, going to be covering the back objective. Now, for the hardwood, it is going to be Way Watchers, Waystalkers. Oh, is that a double Waystalker build? Okay, so Waystalkers are often used for Arrows of Kurnus, and if your opponent has artillery pieces, you can use the Arrows of Kurnus to snipe the artillery models, which is pretty good. So we got 2 of those. Now, aside from this, Spellweaver of Life, Eternal Guard, pretty good, Silver Shields, armor-piercing values, and double Glade Guard Starfire Shafts. With 180 range or 170 range, they can outrange the Peasant Archers. And remember, there's a lot of tree lines on this map, so you can certainly abuse the trees a little bit. Firebark Elders, nope, just going to be basic Treekin moving up onto the point. But Crane Gunners should be able to tear them to pieces. And on top of that, you can get Miao Ying in there for sure. Yeah, this map is a little bit better for the Wood Elves, but I would say overall the matchup probably favors Grand Cathay. So if anything, this will like even it out a little bit, which is good. And that's the good thing about having these new maps is they can like change up the meta a little bit. Like factions that might normally not be good can find a home on certain maps, which I think is really, really cool. The Witcher Total War, yeah, it could be interesting as well. Lots of fun stuff. Star Wars Total War, yeah, I'd be down for that. That'd be fun. Yeah, you could find a way to make some sub factions and do your thing there. Treekin waddling through the trees. In the back, it's going to be Jade Warriors. It looks like 2 of them moving on over to Objective 1. I got to tell you, Jade Warriors are very tough to remove. Their stats are absolutely insane, so it's tough to push those guys off objectives, that is for sure. And yeah, the Crane Gunners can totally sit right here. Where you want the Crane Gunners is right here, right? And they can shoot here, they can shoot here, and that's just what you do. You're just Grand Cathay, you're just chilling, you're holding 2 objectives. Not really any point in pushing the back objective here for the hardwood, right? Now, what are the Way Watchers shooting? It looks like they're going to be going after Crane Gunners. They do pick off a Crane Gunner model, so they're probably just going to sit there and shoot at Crane Gunners the entire time. And will the Treekin move out? Looks like the Treekin are going to be hiding right there, so they do pull back. And we are going to be seeing Way Watchers now unleashing into the Jade Warrior crossbows. Not doing terrible damage. Granted, they are shielded. No, they're unshielded crossbowmen. Okay, so the Way Watchers are actually going to be doing a lot more damage here, as they do get pushed back by a hail of bowfire from Grand Cathay. With the Harmony, the reload speed, all sorts of good stats coming in. Grand Cathay is going to be moving on to Objective 1 right here, so here they come. It's going to be Jade Warriors up in the front, followed up by Jade Warrior crossbowmen. And how are the Wood Elves going to wrestle these points, man? Doesn't feel easy. Treekin moving up, but they're not going to do a whole lot other than die to Crane Gunners. So they're going to get blasted by Crane Gunners right here, so you can see the Shield Breakers active. Negative 24 on their missile block chance. Not that they have any, so not going to be terribly relevant. Now, what are the Wood Elves going to be summoning in for reinforcements? We do have Great Stag Knights coming in, which I think is a good call. But very, very micro-intensive. You have to be very careful. Miao Ying is also lurking. She does have her slow. She's got regrowth and Talons of the Night, so any really heavy positions, she's going to be able to punish pretty bad. But this is not going to be easy for the Wood Elves. I mean, they have to find a way to wrestle objectives from entrenched Cathay positions, which is going to be very, very scary for sure. Very, very scary. But it is on. Treekin chilling out here, getting shot downtown by the Crane Gunners. Very, very good positioning from Medley here. I really like that. Taking advantage of Cathay's missile pieces to pretty good exception. And that's something I got to say. Playing a lot of games against Medley, I've noticed that she's really, really good at positioning her missiles and protecting them. Like, if you press in the backfield, there's usually going to be an answer there pretty quickly to defend those pieces. Dryads moving up. Dryads are kind of cute, but in my experience, Dryads don't do a whole lot against these guys. Like, Jade Warriors can hold them back all day, and they're very vulnerable to bowfire. Looks like we're going to be getting some Starfire Shafts. Value trading is very even, which I don't think is very, very good for the Wood Elves. I think that's going to be a little bit tough. But the Forest Flank is on. Going to be going for this objective here, but we do have Iron Hail Gunners kind of sitting in the back, just waiting for any of these units to move in. Great Stag Knight's going to park right here. Maybe look to try and get on top of the Iron Hails. We'll have to see. But you could see even like the really crappy like Cathay Archers are able to trade reasonably well against the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts, unless you just have really, really efficient micro, like really, really efficient. So the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts are pulled back at this point. We do have the Way Watchers continuing to shoot in here. And this objective firmly in the hands of Grand Cathay. Grand Cathay seems to be in control of this game. Even though the value trading is very even, I think Grand Cathay is just so tanky and so tough to remove. The double Waystalkers here are also not very useful. They're what, like 700-800 a piece. They're not cheap. And those guys are going to be, holding on like champs. That is for sure the case. And yeah, Grand Cathay, like, doesn't really care that much about the trees. Like, a lot of their missile fire is being mitigated by the tree line, but they don't really seem to care. They're just kind of shooting in here. And now Cathay's bringing out the big guns, bringing out the Fire Rain rocket, the Walmart Hellstorm rocket battery. That's one thing the Empire does do better than Grand Cathay, which is the artillery. Fire Rain rockets have like 80 less range, and they also seem to do a little bit less damage. Now, Great Stag Knight does charge in, able to get a nice charge on Iron Hail gunners, but this isn't going to be great because now there's just a bunch of angry peasant spears everywhere. And Iron Hails, yeah, you get a little bit of damage, but Iron Hails only cost, what, 500? And you're having to send in a 1,000 gold plus cav unit. What you should be using probably is going to be cheap cav, like the Glade Riders and things like that, but Medley pulling massively ahead in value at this point. As you can see, the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts. Man, my brain just totally malfunctioned right there. These Starfire Shafts being pushed back here. Bows continuing to shoot in. Waystalkers not doing anything. Basically just sitting here. They're like, dude, this sucks so bad. We're literally having to sit in open field and just being like peppered by haggard peasant arrows. And yeah, Dryads are going to trade horrifically into those units. And honestly, you could probably call this game close to over. The trading is looking rough. It's looking pretty rough. As Peasant Spears, Jade Warriors move up on the side, Jade Lancers able to get a full shock charge on the Great Stag Knights. Medley playing a very, very safe game. Like a very, very safe, clean game. Defending her pieces very, very well. Fire Rain Rocket in the back did get taken offline. It looks like the some sort of magic was able to kind of shut that down, and or the Arrows of Kurnus from the Waystalkers were able to kind of break the artillery pieces, but overall, that is GG. Brutal stuff. Clinical Cathay positional play. Really, really impressive. Obviously, I think it's a pretty favored matchup for Cathay in general. Not to say it's not winnable by Wood Elves, but I think there were some inefficiencies. Like the double Waystalker, I don't know if they were that great here. Also, the Stag Knights, yeah, they really got wrecked. They really, really paid the troll tool. GG, well played. It's going to be Vampire Counts versus Grand Cathay in the grand final. It will be indeed. So, let's get these finals set up. We can chill here. So, Medley, go ahead and invite Kark here. Go ahead, invite Kark to your lobby. There we go. Okay. Looking good. And we're all set. So it is time for the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen, which are going to be on, let me look at the map. Which one are we doing? Lost Temple of Sotek? We could do the Glade of the Everqueen, I'm sure. We'll do Glade of the Everqueen for the finals map. To Glade of Everqueen. All right, looks good. So for the grand finals, what map did I actually put here? It's going to be Itza. All right, very cool. So Kark is on the way. Yeah, Miao Ying was just chilling that game. She was just kind of given battlefield orders. Yeah, it's pretty great stuff. Okay, so where are we? Grand finals lobby. Kark will be here in a second. We're going to be on the battle for Itza, going to a classic here. Miao Ying just stood there and demanded sacrifice. That's a pretty accurate representation. Melody says, perfect way to end my Monday night. Yeah, Cathay's doing good tonight. I got defeated by Cathay. Cathay's in the grand finals. They took out a very strong Wood Elf player here. And now it's going to be Medley versus Kark, our resident Vampire Count here in today's tournament. I think there was 4 Vampire Count players. Obviously, all the other ones were eliminated, but Kark has survived. He has made it. He has made it this far. Okay, let me make sure he's here. Tag him in Discord. All right, perfect. So Kark will be on the way. All right, I'm going to go refill my water. We'll be right back, and let's get this party started. I'm going to update the nameplates once again, and we'll see you guys for the grand finals here in about 5 minutes. All right, guys, I'm back. Time for the grand finals. Been a nice, quick and fast 2-hour stream here. That's pretty cool. Normally our tournaments in domination run very long, but obviously when you have a kind of a casual best of one, it can go pretty quickly. Accursed allergies dragging me down into the pits of hell. Total War Godzilla. Oh, that'd be interesting. All right, looks good. And all right, perfect here. Perfect. Banish the vampires. It says probably a pretty good map for Cathay, I would say. It has like good shooting lanes like right out of the gates. Vampire count's obviously still very strong, and Kark probably knows his matchup. You know, he's been playing in a lot of tournaments recently, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see. There's a mod for Medieval 2 that has Godzilla fighting dinosaurs. What's going on here? This is some crazy shit. Oh my god, that's wild. Medley is holding the hope for all the living. I mean, she has been playing super well today, so I wouldn't be surprised to see more pressure coming from Grand Cathay. Yeah. I don't think Nurgle's ever made it to the finals of one of these. I think we saw Houseplant play Nurgle once in a single faction tournament, and he got to like the semis. I think was the furthest we've ever seen Papa Nurgle get, but yeah, Nurgle's just got a lot of bad matchups. Let's go take a look at them right now, actually, see how they're doing on the meta. All right, so heading to the stats page, let's check it out. And where are we? There we go. It's this one right here. Nurgle currently has is the worst. Apparently, according to stats, is the worst faction of the game. A 26% win rate. Yeah, just getting spanked by everyone. 1-4 against Grand Cathay. Like they literally only have like 3 matchups, which they have a positive win rate in. But it's also only like 1 or 2 games. If they played more games against Greenskins and Beastmen, they would probably go negative. That's pretty rough. At least the old Empire is creeping back to 50%, which is pretty good territory for them for sure. Grand Cathay, interestingly enough, sub 50, very strange. Oh, it's because the High Elves have been beating them down. Okay, that's what it is. The new High Elves have been giving them the business. Okay. I wonder if the High Elves beat Grand Cathay. What do they do? Bolt throwers with like white lines and things like that? That feels pretty cost effective. And obviously they have cheap archers too. And I'd be really curious to see how High Elf players are beating Grand Cathay. Maybe I could like learn something from that. A lot better though. Like these factions are all looking pretty good. Yeah. Poor Nurgle. He's down in the pits of hell. Yeah, Nurgle. I mean, Nurgle's just so haggard in general. They just have so many weird units that just kind of suck, you know? Yeah. They try their little hearts out, though. They really do. They really, really do. All right. Perfect. And let's get it going. So it is going to be Medley versus Kark here in the grand finals. And it should be a Royal Rumble. I haven't seen this matchup in a while. Okay. So Jade Warriors into the sunset. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously an amazing unit. These things have insane holding power. You might look at their stats and be like, oh, that's a pretty good stat line, but no. When you get the Harmony active, they just get such a big stat buff. It's crazy. Their melee defense is so obscene for how much you pay for them. On top of that, Jade Warrior crossbows, obviously going to be trying to kill Cryptors and many of the lightly armored targets that the Vampire Counts have, and really Volume of Fire can still drag down the cavalry as well. So it's going to be Peasant Archers in the backfield, Miao Ying, the Storm Dragon, lurking here, and that appears to be it. So it's just a very simple Cathay army, just bows, armored infantry, rolling up, living their best life, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now for the forces of the Vampire Counts, who shall be led by Kark, it is going to be Graveguard Great Weapons with the Sternsman, Corpse Cart, Vlad, double White King. So really going for like a grindy type build, which is going to be very fun actually. Now it's a good thing that Miao Ying was brought. If you didn't bring Miao Ying and you brought like a dragon-blooded Chugingen Lord or something, you wouldn't be able to do anything against the White Kings or Vlad. Cathay does often struggle at killing small foot-based SCMs like Sigvald, so I think this is a really, really good tech here for Medley. Really, really good tech for sure. So Miao Ying's going to be moving up the Cathay army, ready to meet the Vampire Counts head on. I feel like this is going to be a lot of damage, a lot of shooting. Professor Pone is super excited. He's like, wow, a dragon twin. Yeah. They actually have that harmony multiplier thing. Ooh, disdain to the dragons. Look at that. No. Negative 8 melee attack. That's actually really good against the White Kings and Vlad. That's not bad at all. So the big Legion is moving up. Jade Warriors, crossbows into the sunset. Definitely just focus down the Graveguard. Great weapons are not shielded. The 90 armor will save them quite a bit, but the crossbows can still punch through that armor, and it looks like Medley's going to be jumping up at the points. And we do get our first artillery coming out. It's going to be a Fire Rain rocket. Now, how will Medley protect us against Fellbats? We'll have to see. Most likely Jade Lancers. So the Fire Rain rockets raining some hot steaming payloads here onto the Graveguard great weapons, and the crossbows getting in position. Going to start unleashing a torrent of hellfire here onto any number of targets. What are they going after? It looks like it's going to be the Graveguard great weapons. Got to watch out for those zombie summons and Fellbats. That's where things get a little bit messy, but the thing is, Jade Warriors will hold really long, even against things that are supposed to kill them. They will eventually lose to a Graveguard great weapon, but so far, the damage value for Cathay has been brutal, as Vampire counts are just moving in. They're not even trying to disrupt the guns before they get in. They're just straight up sending their Graveguard in. We'll have to see how this works out. Miao Yang going to be jumping in, going after one of the White Kings here, and we do see the Wrath of the Storm going down. Look at that. Actually gives them magic damage. Now, it's not terribly pertinent right now, but it could be as we do progress. In the backfield, we do get some cav coming in, so it's going to be Black Knights with lances, as Medley does send some spears to go intercept them, so there are going to be some peasant spears looking to head off those Black Knights, but probably going to have to be Jade Lancers. Wow, actually just an unsummon on that. Interesting. And a huge Talons of the Night. Oh my god, that's a backbreaker right there. It hits the Graveguard, the zombies. It hits 4 units. Oh my god, that was a disgusting Talons of the Night. And I feel like the damage value meter isn't tracking the spell damage like correctly. A little bit strange, but that was brutal. Like, all these guys are basically crumbling now. In the meantime, we see the archers giving each other a little bit of crossfire. I need to reposition some of these as they do get on, but they are also crumbling, so probably going to be leading to their demise. And yeah, Jade Warriors just don't give a shit, man. They are just holding. They're sitting at 48 melee defense. That's like almost as much melee defense as like Chosen, which is pretty crazy. But the dreaded Hidden Spears were pulled up now, and we do see the Iron Hail Gunners coming out. This is where it's going to get very serious. Although Miao Ying is kind of getting a little bit beat up by the Vampire Count Goon Squad. She's going to want to cast a regrowth on herself and probably go Dragon Form, is what I would wager is going to be the play. So more shots coming in from Grand Cathay, a lot of DACA, a lot of Peasant Archers, going into the Black Knights, who of course are armored and shielded, so it's not going to be super devastating damage, but the Iron Hail Gunners for sure will. And on this side, we see all the Graveguard crumbling down, this one Jade Warrior just super happy to get the support of that magic there. But that was for sure a combo breaker spell, and Vampire Counts love to blob up. Miao Ying had to go Dragon Form to actually escape, so if Miao Ying were to die, I mean, all the value that the Vampire Counts have now, guys, is tied up in Miao Ying. The Vampires really haven't done any significant damage against the Cathay army at all. It's really just Miao Ying. So as long as Medley doesn't lose Miao Ying to some like silly exchange, I think that she's probably in a position to win this game here. So the crossbows and the Peasant Archers still shooting across, getting some nice volley fire, as we see the Jade Warrior crossbowmen just continue to reposition, make sure they're not shut down. Up on the top, we do see some Peasant Horsemen being intercepted. Good play here by Kark, be able to get these horsemen off. Will they capture the objective? No, the Karen race should have a superior capture weight, so they should be able to have that one in check right there. So they're hunted down. Back objective, 3 owned by Grand Cathay, but I think Cathay is doing pretty well in the value trading. However, we do see some of the Iron Hail Gunners get shut down by something. I'm not really sure what did that. Must have been some of the cavalry. More and more spears coming out, and the Vampire Count army is slowly starting to crumble down as the zombies and Graveguard are running out of steam. Miao Yang coming over to help against the Sternsman. Of course, she has really good AP, so that's going to be quite nice. And the Fellbats and a lot of the cav units are kind of getting to the end of the road as we see more Iron Hail Gunners coming out. Really nice Invocation going down, but countered by another Talons of the Night. Really trying to break the back of the Vampire Counts in this position here, and we can see that is probably going to be, basically doing that. The Invocation keeping them alive, but even the Haggard Peasant Spear should be able to kind of finish them now. Honestly, Vampire Count's looking pretty bare bones. Like, across their entire army, I mean, I know the value's even, but like 2,000 of that is in Miao Ying. And she's going to be able to heal. On top of that, the Sternsman here probably going to eventually go down to these Jade Warriors. Iron Hail Gunners trying their best, but killing these foot-based characters is incredibly difficult for sure. If they're able to probably focus the White King instead of Vlad is a little bit harder to kill, but we'll see. Iron Hail's into Vlad's face. Be able to take it like a champ and run away. Iron Hails do a couple hundred damage. More cavalry coming around the flank. Jade Lancers looking to get up on the point, as Grand Cathay is going to be hustling over to this objective. And after the changes to Ethereal that made them have a little bit less physical resist at the expense of more HP, they actually died a little bit quicker to archers in my experience in those type of units. I've kind of felt that with like Banshees on the Vampire Coast here. But middle objective looks like it's going to be going to Grand Cathay. Jade Warriors, Peasant Spears, Graveguard are melting here. There's just a Chaff Skeleton Spearman, so they're going to be getting that point. Over here, Grand Cathay going to be holding on to the objective. And look at that bowfire. Medley, very, very good positioning here as the Cairn Race going to be getting melted. I would imagine a rear charge is going to be coming in. Like a big rear charge like this Going to be sandwiching into the back of those units right there. Miao Ying still being very disruptive. Vlad is like hunting, but he's just getting Benny Hilled a little bit. As long as Medley doesn't mess up and lose Miao Ying to Vlad for some reason, I think Cathay is in a position to take this game. Looks like Miao's going to be pulling away as the crossbows continue to pull back. Iron Hill Gunners blasting zombies. Very, very fun stuff. And up on the high ground, Grand Cathay going to be sending some spears and some peasant horsemen to grab that objective. It looks like Grand Cathay is going to be taking a triple cap here. I think they will. Granted, Vampire Counts, they still have a decent foot-based army. I mean, the White King and Vlad could probably wrestle the side objective away. Jade Lancers, though, stand to the ready, looking to intercept some units. Miao Ying needs to get busy in combat again. Or Black Knights on their way in, but not going to do much. Like, Black Knights don't have good armor piercing. They have 42 weapon strength with only 12 of it being armor piercing, which isn't insignificant. But they're charging into spears. There's no harmony here, nothing terribly crazy. Definitely need to get some of the crossbows up here to provide the harmony, and I think Medley will do that. And we do see Miao Ying moving into attack. She'll, of course, provide big armor piercing. And, yeah, you can see, like, the vampires are struggling. Like, yes, the SEM fight went okay for them. They're ahead on value, but they don't really have a lot of meat in their army left. Miao Ying should be able to come in, just going full dragon here, and unleashing the dragon, yes, on these cavalry. It's pretty cool to see Grand Cathay do really well against some of these meta factions for sure. And it's always a pleasure to see, like, big, cool monsters, like legendary characters being incorporated into meta builds. So Miao Ying, maybe probably come in and kill that corpse cart would be a good play. Not sure where she's going now. Okay, she's going to be heading to the side objective. Miao Ying does do magic damage, so talk about a very good answer against these Cairn Race. Medley just kind of parking these Jade Warriors, which is a very good play, just parking them off to the side, away from the Cairn Race and avoiding combat for as long as possible. But it looks like Kark is going to be noticing this right here, as Medley just has a rock-hard triple cap here, like rock-hard, absolutely. So in the middle, Jade Warriors holding it down. Jade Lancers also able to inundate these Black Knights and make sure they don't get too much value. Now we have harmony in the middle as Iron Hill Gunners continue to poke at Vlad. Man, something like that. The Sternsmen, their silver shields, certainly not enjoying life. They are being blasted by Iron Hill Gunners and crossbows. Many have shots which are going to be hitting them in the back, which means their shields are not going to be taking any action here. So we'll have to see. Cathay Jade Lancer is going to be sweeping about. Vampire Counts units just kind of overextended. Look at this beautiful stuff. Just a Cathay box of fire just absolutely nuking these units. Oh, you gotta love to see it. You gotta love to see it. Vampire Counts moving in with more stuff, mainly just chaff though. Some Graveguard, not Graveguard great weapons though, so they're not going to be terribly efficient at cutting through these units right here. We do see the Spears getting in to fight Vlad, as well as the two White Kings, but really, I mean, yeah, like Cathay, I think has got this, guys. I think they really got it. Two Iron Hills, just going to be Last Samuraiing a bunch of these Vampire Count units here. You can see gunfire, bowfire coming in from all directions. And yeah, Jade Lancers, the Cathay Cav doing its thing. Miao Ying actually getting 1,800 value. Those Storms of the Night, probably honestly what really broke the back when Kark blobbed up 2,000 gold Graveguard great weapon units and they got nuked twice by those big bombardments. That was probably the straw that breaks the camel's back. I mean, that was really brutal. And on top of that, look at this. Like, Cathay's shooting is just going hog wild here, full hog, as they just unleash a torrent of fire into these different units. You can see the Sternsman being buckled down. The big Cathay Rohirrim charge coming in as they get a big charge into these units. The Vampire Counts are crumbling in every direction. Basically, Cathay is only going to be having, you know what, like maybe two White Kings left and Vlad, and they're not going to be able to wrestle all the objectives back on their own. Miao Ying up in the sky being taken down, though. -10. Probably going to want to go human form here if she doesn't break, but Miao Ying's going to break and get chased off the battlefield, but I don't think Kark will have enough time to get these objectives back. And now Cathay even has some cannons in the back. Check it out. So Grand Cannons are here, and it looks like they're going to be targeting the Corpse Guards. We do see a bit of a second wind from the Vampires. Granted, it's 5 zombies, which 5 zombies, they're 2 capture weight, so it's 10 capture weight here, okay? And taking a look at this Cathay army, these guys in their very beat up state probably have 3 capture weight apiece, so they probably have 8 to 10 capture weight here, somewhere in that ballpark. And the archers obviously will do work, and the Jade Warriors will be able to kill them as well. So, yep, middle objective is going to be held by the forces of Grand Cathay. Top objective, just some spears chilling here. Miao Ying getting chased off the battlefield. If she gets chased off, it's definitely better than her dying. The penalty's a little bit less substantial if memory serves, so that would be quite good. Bowfire coming in from all directions. Our boy Vlad von Karstein, he's trying his best, and hey, I love Kark's playstyle. The fact that he doesn't use the double Necromancer and uses Vlad and some different characters, it's certainly viable. I mean, he got to the grand finals of today's tournament. He beat some very strong players, right? But maybe Manfred and Winds of Death would have been a little bit better here to try and clear out some of these Cathay forces. I don't think he has Winds of Death. I just raised that an invocation, so that's got to be GG, though. Medley has now pulled the value back. Granted, Vampire healing, but Miao Ying also healed and is now getting chased off, so 300 HP. But Cathay's shooting is just going bananas here. Like, all over these. All over these. Big, big gunfire into the back of these Skeleton Warriors. probably going to be able to unleash some good fire into the White King here. And now we do see the Cathay Cav sweeping in. Big charge as the Vampire Counts just simply don't have the steam. And they're just kind of waddling up. But like as their Haggard units waddle up, they don't have that cohesion and that big nasty pushing power that you see with Crypt Horrors and Graveguard. They're basically just going to be taken apart. The 5 zombies should fuse together to form a monster, says Hadries. Like some giant like monstrosity. Oh my god, I love it. That's really, really good. So, Pwn, you shut your mouth. How dare you? How dare you? Zombies moving up in all directions. Jade Warriors ready to intercept them. And just hot steaming, just payloads of just hellfire coming down on these zombies in the middle. Capture weight still favors Grand Cathay. Iron Hills, infantry, they have good capture weight here, and obviously some of the Cav are doing it. Kark might be able to wrestle the middle, but like he's just taking so much damage. There's so much cost-effective shooting. And, you know, Vampire Counts are usually pretty good at shutting down artillery, and it looks like they're going to get one here. Good play by Kark in the 4th quarter, but he is so far behind, and I think Cathay could probably just Helm's Deep at this point, most likely. Although, I guess it's getting a little bit shady. Is Grand Cathay running out of steam a little bit? Side objective's going to be taken by the zombies. They didn't hold quite as well as I thought they would. Grand Cathay really needs to Helm's Deep on an objective, though, 100%. Like, get, like, 1 million Jade Warriors up on one objective. But again, there's still plenty of time. Grand Cathay can focus on value trading if they want to. Black Knights are intercepted by Jade Lancers. Jade Lancers obviously will lose since they're very, very damaged. Some of the bow units trying to shoot off the zombies, but the zombies, of course, swarming. Big fire rain rockets. In the backfield, though, I guess these Vargas are causing a lot of havoc. There's a couple, did you guys say Yari Ashigaru? The spears from Shogun? Yeah, they're able to get those nice pokes into the Vargas, but the Vargas should be able to retreat here. Definitely just park 1 spear on top of this, but okay, Cathay might be forced into a Helm's Deep situation. You can never count the Vampire Counts out. You can never count them out. Such a brutal faction, man. Such a brutal faction. And it looks like there's going to be Jade Warrior Halberds. I think Medley knows that this is Helm's Deep. Yeah, both objectives have been lost. Wow, look at that. The Vampire Counts are kind of swinging it back a little bit, although this objective is just being held by like 2 zombies. Like 2 zombies here. So what you do if you're Grand Cathay is just get like a Jade Warrior over here and maybe some Jade Lancers, and you can probably get this objective back. Up on the high ground, we have Peasant Spears and Jade Warriors. Peasant Horsemen intercepting Cairn Race. This is a very good play. Cairn Race are pretty squishy too. You can see the charge actually did some damage, but you need to try and keep them away from the objective for as long as possible. Currently, it's 1389, guys. It's getting a little bit shady here. Are the Vampire Counts going to be able to sweep it back with that grindy playstyle? Oh my goodness. Vlad von Karstein moving up. Peasant Archers trying to get to the middle objective. Iron Hills are being chased down here. Fire Rain Rockets doing excellent work, but there needs to be either some pressure here or Helm's Deep. I think Helm's Deep is the correct play. The horn of Helm Hammerhand must be sounded once more in the deep. And I think if they can probably do it, considering there's not that much time left. I mean, it's going to be, what, 40 seconds here? Or no, 80 seconds. So just over a minute. Grand Cathay has to hold. Vampire Count's going to be sending doggos up, so they got Dire Wolves. Grand Cathay does have some halberds, but I don't know. Grand Cathay's looking a little bit out of steam in some regards. Although in the middle, Cathay is resurgent. They have their Jade Warrior crossbows and Jade Warriors coming to get this objective, and Vlad only has 3 capture weight. There's a lot more capture weight here. And Kark, I think, realizes the issue. He's moving in with his Black Knights and his zombies, trying to wrestle this. This objective is being swung a little bit, guys. It's getting super shady. This is getting super shady. Look at this. The capture weight is for the Vampire Counts, and they also have Fear here and Terror with the Cairn Race, so they can buckle off some units. The Vampire Counts have a little bit of a capture weight advantage. Jade Warriors are moving up to get that. In the middle, though, Grand Cathay might be able to swing this one back. Peasant Archers are in position. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Vampire Counts hold on to the middle objective. Grand Cathay needs to hold this for another 30 seconds. Oh my god, this is getting so incredibly shady. Grand Cathay sending the Jade Lancers over. And it looks like Cathay does swing back the capture weight a little bit as the Jade Lancers are going to be getting onto the point. Iron Hills are coming in. And Cathay going to be trying to wrestle the middle as well with the remnants of their units that they have there, but that's not going to work out. Vlad and company will hold that. Medley needs to hold for another 10 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 10 seconds! And it looks like the Queen, the Dragon Queen of Cathay, is going to be claiming victory with 4 points remaining. 3, 2, and 1. And Grand Cathay has defeated the Foul Undead. GG, well played. What a great game. That one got real shady real quick. That one got really shady. Oh my god, that was close. All right, so checking it out. Obviously, Miao Ying did good, despite getting a little bit beat up. Cathay Artillery didn't do so hot. Iron Hills did okay. But overall, crazy good game. Somebody in chat says, please lose, thank you, Vampire Counts. Yeah, nobody likes to see Vampire Counts winning tournaments. Yeah, that's true. GG, well played. The Dragon Queen has won. Grand Cathay has won today's tournament. Very cool to see. That was super fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for tonight. I know it was a bit of a short stream, but it was short and it was sweet. Thank you guys for the donations and the new channel members. You guys helped this old community keep rolling. So thank you so much for that. Thank you to all the people who are channel members. My first tournament win. You deserve it. You've been practicing Cathay. You definitely gave me the business, and you you carried the torch. You kept going. Yes. Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. That was great. That was really good. Well played to both players. Beautiful game. Beautiful, beautiful game. All right, guys. So with that, it is official. Medley has won the tournament. Going to be putting her on the top 16 of the Total Tavern leaderboard as soon as the score is reported. And we'll be back with another stream tomorrow. Tomorrow is another Total War stream. But tomorrow is going to be the continuation of my head-to-head campaign with Professor Pone. We're going to be doing the Karl Franz versus Bellacore campaign. So that's going to be going down. GG, well played, guys. That is it. Take care of yourselves. See you next time. You guys are the best. It was a lot of fun. That was a great tournament. I had a blast. I had a blast playing. I had a blast casting. Just everything about that event was fun. All right. See you guys next time. That is it. Congrats to Grand Cathay and Medley for the victory. And you guys have a nice night. Do widzenia.